The Howard Stern Show.
All right, the great Jackie Mason is here.
So far, it looks like you hired me just to listen to commercials.
I know, I can't believe it. You've hardly done anything so far. So far, we had a conversation with the very mental Melrose Larry Green. Jackie Mason hardly got a word in edgewise.
And then we did commercials.
All my friends said I'll get up in the morning, I can't miss you. They'll never know I showed up.
Who are your friends? Who do you hang around with? You have any show business friends?
I have very few show business friends because I find show business friends really don't care about the next person.
You find them
they talk
insensitive.
to you, but they don't know if you're really sitting there right in front of them.
Right.
If you have any good news about your career, they get nauseous.
They do.
Do you go to the Friars Club or anything like that?
I don't want to lie to you. I'm not a member of the Friars.
Why is that? You don't like those people?
No, God bless them. I hope they make a comfortable living. But when I'm not working, they would love me. But I became a hit.
Right.
Now, as soon as I walk into the club, I would see 200 Jews and 7 Italians getting very nauseous.
Right. And the point is, Jackie Mason is 100% correct. He does it in a humorous way, but it is true that people in show business, and probably in all business, as soon as you start doing well, when you got super hot, you had a whole revival going.
Right.
Man, they probably just didn't.
I heard nothing but love in the streets. I'm happy for you. I thank God for you. And every time I passed a guy in show business, I would see a guy passing away right in front of me.
Yeah, right. Everyone was angry.
It looked like he was just hit by a truck. The whole personality was falling apart.
And they should be happy.
An effort for them to let me know how happy they were, but it rang so false. It was like Clinton swearing about his compassion for the Haitians.
Really? So when you are on a roll, you'd rather just avoid show business people. So the circle of friends that you have are not in show business.
Very few. There's very few. There's a couple that are very magnanimous and full of love in their hearts, like Corbett Monica. He's a very sweet, gentle, lovable guy.
Is he in show business?
He's not only in show business. Not only in show business, he's a genius.
Is he really?
He's a brilliant talent.
Yeah, but you call everyone a genius.
No, I really don't. If I thought a guy stunk, I certainly would not mention it. But I'm not going to come here
Jackie Martling
and lie to you about a guy who's brilliant.
Jackie the Joke Man has the best Jackie Mason story. Years ago, Jackie the Joke Man met Jackie Mason. And I guess Jackie Mason was at some comedy club. Jackie was there, and Jackie said something to Jackie Mason. And Jackie Mason turns to the Joke Man, who is just getting started in comedy, and Jackie Mason says, "You are a genius. What you just said was genius." 2 seconds later, they get in an elevator. The guy in the elevator goes down 1 floor. Jackie Mason turns to the elevator guy and says, you got us from that floor to the other floor. You are a genius. You are
So he just goes, everybody.
Jackie Martling said he was so complimented Jackie Mason thought he was a genius until he started complimenting that elevator guy. And that was the end of it. So the
matter is I don't do that. I was trying to be funny maybe at that moment. But I never do that. I just have I have a very definite commitment to the idea of never insulting people unless they deserve it because I think they're bad people in some way.
Right.
They're doing anybody any harm. But to insult people just for the fun of it or to abuse people's dignity, decency, I find
you don't do that.
No.
Yeah, leave that to me.
That's right.
But
now I have to ask some questions here.
Yeah.
Because you did something last year before that kind of surprised me.
What was that?
I didn't know whether you were serious or not. Now, Howard is declared for governor.
Right.
You declared for, what was that new public advocate. Were you serious?
I don't know if I was serious. I know the people weren't.
Right. Nobody took up on that.
If I was serious, I was the only one.
Right.
Because that was the best secret ever held.
But, Jackie, you've made a lot of money, right? I mean, you're a wealthy man. You don't have
to do... That's a lie. I'm not a wealthy man compared to you, but I make a living.
No, but I'm saying you're a multi-millionaire, are you not?
No.
Really? From all your shows and the TV deal?
I've had disastrous years in this business, not only in terms of professionally, in terms of the secondary level of my career.
Right.
I'm talking about the fact that I produced 3-4 pictures, all with my own money, and almost
you did?
a fortune.
Oh,
I was desperate to make myself a star.
Right.
I felt I deserved to be a star, and I had a lot of intense confidence in my talent.
Right.
And I didn't care if I was the only one at the time.
Right.
And I was determined to prove that there's nobody better than Jackie Mason. So I couldn't find anybody to agree with me.
And you would put up your own hard-earned money.
So I put in all my very own money. And I lost $1 million on one picture. I lost $1 million on another picture. I produced a pilot that went into the toilet.
Really?
I produced a Broadway show with all the characters, like a Neil Simon type comedy, except without the talent. And that bobbed in about a second and a half.
So you went through millions of dollars.
And that was all your money?
All my own money.
Did your friends try to warn you? Did they say, hey, you're crazy here, you can't put up your own money?
I couldn't care less because the money part of it never interested me. It never made any difference to me if I won or lost. As soon as I lost, I tried another project. I was just determined to see if I could crack this game and make myself a star.
Right.
And I was considered too Jewish for stardom, too Jewish for Jews.
You were even considered too Jewish for the show, weren't you?
Heard that.
We wouldn't have Jackie Mason on. He was too Jewish.
Every Jew that said hello to me said, "Do you need that accent? Why do you talk like that?"
Right.
Where did that come from?
Jews from Brooklyn.
He puts that on. He was in here talking like an Englishman
Is that
before.
right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's British.
He's British. He's actually British. But
I know that you don't talk like that, but I always talk like this.
I know. But the point is that you took your own money, you went into these projects, and you said, I should be a star. And then just when you thought, hey, it's never going to happen, it happened all of a sudden. And it got big.
That's exactly what happened.
Was that Broadway thing your money?
I was with Jill Rosenfeld, who's my manager.
Now, is that your wife?
No.
You guys aren't married?
No, I don't want to even discuss it.
Really?
My personal life.
Really? Is it that wacky?
You're running for governor. You should discuss more important things. Since when do people running for governor walk around asking what's going on in your personal marriage?
You mean, Jackie, it's that... I mean, you talk about anything. You mean it's that wild that you can't even talk about it?
No, because it's a very personal kind of thing, and and I have the greatest, awesome respect for her.
Right.
And
she's still your manager.
She's been my manager for 15 years, and she'll always be my manager as long as I live. But
the romance didn't work.
And that's nothing to do with your business.
Really? Wow, this must be some story.
It was amazing to me, even reading about it.
She was the one who came up with the idea of this whole politically incorrect.
Really? Well, she's a great manager. Why would you go mess it up by getting married?
The truth of the matter is that it was a personal kind of relationship on a different level.
You fell in love for a few weeks.
And the papers made a sinister about getting married.
Right.
I have nothing but love in my heart.
So you are free to date now. Is that correct?
Always was.
You must get good-looking girls.
Not only good-looking girls, I get good-looking guys, too.
Really? But I never see...
I get good-looking furniture, everybody.
But you keep that stuff quiet. I mean, I never see you out on the town with some hot blonde or something like that.
I've seen him out on the town.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
With blondes?
Not blonde. She was a brunette.
Really? Young?
Young.
No kidding. This son of a gun.
Well, I don't want to eat your heart out so early.
Yeah, right. I mean, I
don't want to make you miserable, but the truth of the matter is I go out with a girl if she shows up.
Really? How do you meet these girls? Do they come to the show? Do they come to your one-man show, Politically Incorrect?
In this business, it's almost impossible not to meet pretty girls.
Right.
There are girls who are phonies looking for jobs as singers,
right.
And there are girls who are phonies who need a few dollars.
Right.
They're all phonies, though.
They're all phonies. How many? Are there any girls who aren't phonies?
There's legitimate girls, too. Those I don't meet too often.
Right. And who wants to date them? Right.
You know what they look like.
But, I mean, you can get young women. I mean, you don't have to go with some housefrau. I mean, could you get a 20-year-old girl?
I don't know if I could get her, but if she shows up, I'll talk to her.
Well,
really?
I'll tell you, the woman I saw him with was very young.
Really?
I think the trick is for them to get me, not for me to get them. Just because I'm over 37, but let's see, I'm 38 now. Just because of that.
But you're a desirable man. I mean, you've got a position, you've got money. Women are attracted to that.
Now the question is this: in other words, you're trying to say I'm the essence of my character, my personality, my charm, and my beauty wouldn't get them.
Right.
To say that I need a lot of cash to get a
right. Exactly. But you lavish... Exactly. But you know that. I mean, that's how the game is played.
No, the truth is I'm studying, and that's why they go for me.
Right.
They can't control themselves when they look at me.
But do you
that's
give...
the real reason.
Do you give...
Just because you can't get girls because you don't look that perfect has nothing to do with me.
Do you lavish gifts on them? I mean, are you very... Never.
I buy them nothing.
Really?
I wait for them to buy me things.
Right.
I lost enough money on my movies. I'm not going to start supporting people I never met before.
So, in other words, they really have to love you for you if they date you, right?
That's right. I sit there with my clothes off and I say, do whatever you want.
Right. And these women, they go wild because they're with Jackie Mason in bed.
That's it.
They can't believe it.
That's right.
And do they tell their parents, I'm with Jackie Mason in bed?
They call from the bedroom.
That's right. And then the parents come because the mother wants to do the same thing.
Right. The mothers love you.
Why should she be left out? Then she comes in with her clothes off. So I see how
but in comedy, you know how the comedians are always saying there's no real groupies. But there are groupies. There are comedy groupies, and you could get two girls in bed with you, couldn't you?
No, I'm not that type.
You're not into that?
That's for you.
That really? You would never go for that?
No, I'm not that kind of a degenerate.
Serious?
I'm serious.
You're a degenerate, but not that kind.
But right. That's worse than eating crabs.
Really? Was that a religious thing with you, that it's wrong?
Not that it's necessarily.
It's immoral or something?
I don't put it on a moral level. I really don't. I think it has nothing. I think what people do in a bedroom has nothing to do with morality. Of course, if you happen to be a religious person and you have moral standards or religious standards about it, I have no right to criticize you. Everybody has a right to standards, whatever they decide to choose. But my opinion is that all these moralities about sex are a fraud and a phony story. story in most cases.
But you
like to preach morality. Meanwhile, they're all watching the same filthy pictures. Do you know that pornographic movies sell almost 4 times as much as legitimate movies?
Yes.
In those TV stores?
Yes.
What do you call that?
Yes.
In
the video store. Right.
And you ask anybody in the world, do you ever watch it? Not me. I find it offensive, disgusting. Everybody has the same prepared speech. The same prepared speech travels the country. Me, never. But as soon as you turn it on, they can't breathe.
Well, I couldn't believe Bill Clinton in the paper the other day. They asked him about the country, and he's screaming about the media. They have too much sex and violence on it.
Television,
all the sex and violence is in his own house.
Right. So
it wouldn't be half as much sex if he wasn't such a participant. This guy is the leader of the game. He's busier with sex than 300 people put together. If anybody had that much sex, they would all be dead from heart attacks.
Right.
This guy's the healthiest guy in the world. And he spends his whole life going from house to house. He's been in more houses than the Ava lady, and he has the life to talk about sex.
So the point is that even if you were offered 2 women at the same time, you would pass. That's something that you just don't go for.
No, I don't go for those.
Boy,
one at a time. One at a time.
I would go for that. Yeah. I would go for that.
Next time I see it, I'll give you a call.
Yeah, give me a call if you ever come across that.
I got a guy for you.
Jackie Mason's new Broadway show is politically incorrect. It is
two guys I might vote.
You never had homosexual sex, right? That goes against the Jewish religion. You could never do that.
Just like the dietary laws. He's not
no crabs,
partaking.
no men, and no 2 women at the same time.
Because I don't want to imitate your lifestyle.
Right. So what do you do all day? What is your day like?
My day is more like to sitting in coffee shops talking to people.
Really?
My day is watching and observing people. I love to sit in lobbies and watch people. I love to talk to them and ask them personal questions about their private life. I find that every human being is a book of his own and a story of his own.
Right.
And the way it differentiates from everybody else is a fascinating story. I think people go to the movies and read novels and read books. And what is it all about? It's all about somebody else's life. If a guy tells it to you, they say, yeah, what do you care about his story? It's so boring. People run like a thief. But then if the guy writes it down, they make a movie out of it, and they're fascinated with it.
Right.
It's the same
It's a different thing. It's the same stupid story.
Stupid story. But you have to see it in an art form.
Right.
So you could feel like an intellectual. If you hear it in the street, you feel like a putz. He's wasting your time.
Now, Schindler's List you must have been happy about, because after all, it brings up the Holocaust and all that kind of thing, right?
Right. I think everybody deserves to have the story of his culture and his problems and his tragedies made public so that people could be aware and concerned about how the other people have suffered. And I just like white people today for the very first time know about the misery of the blacks and what they went through throughout the history of the story of slavery and Africa and every place else and the culture they have and the story they represent.
That's true.
Before nobody knew anything about it, they just saw a black person, don't bother me.
Right. Well, listen, I saw the movie. The best movie to learn about the black people is Mandingo.
Oh, here we go.
This was the greatest movie. Ken Norton, the boxer.
Yeah.
He was a slave in this movie. And they have him up there on the auction block, and this old woman comes up. She sticks her hands right down his pants. And she has to check them. Make sure that what she's buying is good. And, man, that's some movie. That's when I realized the pain of the black man.
Right.
So I want to applaud that movie also. It's called Mandingo. Pick it up in your store. Hey, let me also... you should see Jackie Mason's entourage out there.
Oh, he has an entourage.
Hey, you always travel with people.
I don't know why they call it an entourage. If you're not such a celebrity and you're walking around with 2 more people, they say these are your friends.
No. You got a lawyer out there. You got your manager out there.
But, no, I don't have a manager. Jill Rosenfeld is my manager.
Oh, that's not Jill Rosenfeld?
No, Jill
Who's that with you?
Right now. I haven't got a
publicist?
No, who's it? Was it a publicist?
Here with me.
You got
confusing 3 men with 1 woman.
Who's out there?
This is Jackie's lawyer.
Oh, wow. Look at that. You travel with a lawyer.
Yeah.
How you doing? And who's this?
Yes, hello, Howard. I'm Mel Sachs.
Oh, hi, Mel.
Right.
Look at this. It's 3 guys with Jackie.
Sitting ovation.
But who is this man?
The truth of the matter is I'm their entourage because these are successful people compared to me.
What is your name?
This is Mel Sachs, the most prominent criminal attorney probably in the whole country.
Is that right?
In the whole country. Almost every celebrated mass murderer has been a client of his.
Is that right? Like who? Who are your mass murderers?
If he finds out you're not a mass murderer, he won't even talk to you.
What mass murderers have you defended? Seriously.
The serial killers that you've defended.
I represented somebody who was charged with serial murder. Right now I'm representing somebody who was saving a woman who was being attacked in her own apartment. He actually couldn't get through the front door. He went through an adjacent apartment in a fire escape, shot and killed the intruder.
I see.
He was a good Samaritan.
Right.
Yeah, we don't hear about that. What about
the mass murderers? What about the serial murderers? That's what we want to hear about.
He's defending them. Every mass murderer becomes a very great humanitarian.
He was protecting himself.
Every mass murderer becomes a humanitarian, but he's the lawyer.
You know, I can't get anyone to say nice things about me, but here's an attorney saying nice things about serial murderers. It's unbelievable.
Because he depends on it for a living. He's got no conscience.
So is this a friend of yours, or is he defend you in some way?
He's one of my very closest friends. I was once a serial murderer, but I gave that up.
Right. So
he's one of my very dearest friends, and this is Mel Cole, another one who was a very dear friend.
Now, Mel, what do you do for Jackie?
I'm a good buddy.
No, what do? You just hang around?
He doesn't hang around. Why are you putting people down?
No, I'm not putting him down. I'm trying to. You see, he's a good bud. Do you have a regular job?
When you're with another guy in the street, are you just hanging around?
Well, I want to know. He must do something for you. He's here. He's part of an entourage.
No, he's not an entourage.
I can see your attorney is here, the mass murderer attorney. But
I was worried about Jackie.
Why did you tell him you were?
I'm a comedian, and I'm a good buddy of Jackie's.
Oh, so I always know that comedians always hang around with other comedians.
Didn't you used to do a character?
I do characters.
You do? What character did he do, Baba Flo?
I can't remember the name now.
No.
He looks familiar. I thought
so you get to hang around with Jackie Mason?
It's a learning experience.
And why, Jackie, do you hang around with this gentleman? I mean,
he happens to be also a lawyer besides being a comedian.
Is that right?
I'm serious.
Seriously?
Because if you saw his comedy, you'll know he needs a lawyer.
That's right. And what about this other gentleman? Now, what do you do?
This is the owner of Plax. You heard of Plax, the mouthwash?
Yeah.
He is the creator, inventor, and owner of Plax.
So a lot of these wealthy guys. This is a wealthy man. He wants to say, my friend is Jackie Mason.
No, I want to say I'm friends of the owner of Plax. This way I get a free mouthwash.
Let me ask you something, sir. You invented Plax?
Yeah.
Now, that's the thing, the wooden thing that you take on your gums and you massage your gums?
No.
I'm a big Plax user.
What is it?
Plax is a mouthwash.
And what is that supposed to do?
It helps prevent decay in the mouth. And my dentist says it's the only one that actually does anything.
Now, you invented Plax. Take a look in Gary's mouth. What the hell kind of endorsement is that?
You say that.
And you invented Plax?
Right.
Now, how do you invent something like that?
I was a periodontist.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
And you said, boy, I got to get something that will clean up the mouth.
Right. Besides, he just wanted to stop working for a living. That was the main thing.
Right. And now you don't even have to work anymore, right? I mean, you just collect a check.
And hang around with Jackie.
And hang around with Jackie Mason. So when you guys all go out to lunch, who picks up the tab?
Not him.
Really?
Not me.
You people with big money never buy nothing. You know that. That's how they keep their money.
I know, but isn't it exciting?
The truth of the matter is he happens to be a spender, but he's unusual among the wealthy people I've ever met.
Really? So
every waiter, every busboy, every cab driver will tell you that the worst tippers and the worst spenders are the biggest millionaires.
So this is like a rat pack for you. In other words, these are the guys you pal around with. You guys go out pick up girls and stuff and all that.
We're more like the deli pack.
Really? And you hang around in delis and what? Girls come up to the table. Are you married, sir, from Plax? Oh, you are.
Married.
And Jackie doesn't introduce you to some of his girls?
Never.
And what happens? You sit around and everyone sees you, and with Jackie Mason, you can tell your friends you're a friend of Jackie Mason?
No, he's also a friend, a very close friend of Liza Minnelli.
Really?
He was a very close friend of Sammy Davis Jr.
How do you work your way into...
Mr. Plax.
Yeah, how does a guy from Plax work his way into...
Because everybody needs a mouthwash.
Really? Well, this is exciting. This is an exciting entourage. I've gotten a peek into the exciting world of Jackie Mason.
First he lost them up for 10 minutes. I did nothing but bums following somebody around. And nobody would talk to them, and they have to chase me because they can't get a conversation. Then he finishes by saying, these are the greatest people he ever met.
These are the greatest bums I ever met. It's unbelievable. No, all of you are all distinguished in your own field. Good luck to you. And Jackie, good luck to you, because I got news for you. You're hanging around with a bunch of guys here who seem to be hangers-oners or something like that.
Listen, I really appreciate
now, the new show. Never mind all this. This has been fun, but let's get to the point of why you woke up early. Jackie Mason's new Broadway show, Politically Incorrect, is in previews at the Golden Theater on 45th Street. Now, as soon as this show is reviewed, you're not going to be able to get a ticket.
That's true. So
That's
I better
the problem.
go now.
So if you go now, you'll be able to get in. It opens on April 5th. For tickets, call Telecharge. You will never see a funnier man.
That's soon. I got to get in there.
I called him in my book one of the top 3 funniest men in the world. Sam Kinison is no longer around. Eddie Murphy doesn't perform shows.
So that makes him the top 2.
It makes him
top 1.
He's the top 1. So Jackie Mason, the funniest man in the world, will be available by making this phone call, 212-239-6200. That's the number for Telecharge, and you will see why I call him the funniest man in the world. He really is Jackie Mason, the great Jackie Mason.
Well, you can tell right here. He's a funny man.
God bless you. I don't know what other people think of you, but I think...
You got to at least think something nice of me. I called you the funniest man in the world.
All these compliments, whatever I thought of you before, I'm going to have to take it back. It won't be easy.
That's right.
Take it under advisement.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Jackie Mason, and we'll be back right after these words.
We're back. back with the Howard Stern Show.
All right, on our phone is Senator D'Amato, one of the greatest senators ever.
Howard?
First of all, what are you, on a car phone?
I'm on a car phone.
Jackie Mason's here.
I heard. I was driving into work, and I heard you guys. I called you last night.
I know you did. My wife doesn't know how to work the answering machine.
Did you get that tape? You should have saved it.
I did save it. You give me permission to play it on the air?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, you got to hear the message.
Oh, I can't wait to hear the message.
And Robin,
yes,
you person of little faith, you said the only reason I called is because Jackie Mason was here. Here I called yesterday to give him political advice.
Oh,
let me say something.
And by the way, you ought to sign up Jackie for your campaign.
Well, I would. And he promised not to say Schwarz's.
Hi, Jack.
How do you do? How do you do?
Good.
I worked very hard for D'Amato's campaign because I happen to love this man.
Yeah, me too.
And he is proving now what I've always said about him, that he has more guts than any 50 senators put together, that he fears nobody and tells you exactly what's on his mind, and he fights for what's right and for what's true, and all the attacks on him, everybody who has ever said it now looks like an idiot because this is the guy with more integrity and probably one of the few people left with integrity in this whole government.
Well, I'll tell you something I like about him. First of all, you can find this guy. You actually see him on TV talking about things.
Yeah, he actually stays in touch.
You know, Senator Moynihan, where is he? Is he in a coma? I mean, where is he? I don't see him anywhere.
We see him every 4 years.
Yeah, where is
or
he?
every 6 years.
Well, he's working on the tax bill now. He's on the health bill. He's doing a good job.
Yeah, you know what I mean. At least I can find you. Hey, listen, I just want to say something.
You gave up on me after I sang that song for you on the
No. Senator D'Amato, the other day on the floor, I was watching C-SPAN. He comes out. I had no idea. He comes out on the floor of the Senate, and he says, I want to talk about the FCC, that there is censorship going on in this country. He says,
did you see that?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yes, I'm the press today.
I want to thank you for doing that. That is the nicest thing anybody's ever done for me. I mean, you're the only politician I see who's upset about our First Amendment rights.
Well, I did it because it's the right thing. They've got this wacky commissioner. He's 80 years old, doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
Right.
And is trying to censor, and he's using that FCC as a club to beat the owners, Infinity Broadcasting, into punishing you. I think that's what he's trying to do.
Well, what Senator D'Amato said is, it's fine if you don't like Howard Stern. You can turn off the radio. You can boycott him. He says, I don't care what you do to him. He says, but you can't have a member of the FCC, a government guy, say to the owners of the station here that you can't buy radio stations.
First of all, where does he get that power from? Why isn't this a constitutional issue? Why can't this be brought up in front of the courts?
Well, I brought it up on the Senate floor, Jack, and I think that's the first step, and then try to get the other members to see the danger of this, because if it's Howard Stern today, it's Rush Limbaugh tomorrow.
No, but
we don't mind it happening to Rush Limbaugh. Let's be honest.
Well, what I'd like to know is this. As a matter of fact, Rush Limbaugh is the guy that started this whole thing against Howard Stern.
That's right.
I'm going to keep that quiet. Let me ask you a question.
You know something we don't.
Thank God there's nobody listening, so I brought it up. But I want to ask you a question. What happened to the simple fact that if somebody's rights are being violated, like in this case, which is obviously a freedom of speech issue, why isn't it brought up in front of the courts?
Well, it is, but you know what? It will cost Infinity hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. It'll take them maybe 2 or 3 years before it finally works its way through the courts, and that's wrong. In other words, when the government is doing, supposing it's a little guy, Infinity has the money and they can go and they can fight, but it costs their stockholders millions and millions of dollars.
That's right.
But why can't you make a countersuit against the FCC and win all that money if in case you have
Because you can't win against the government. This is what I mean. An 81-year-old bureaucrat who is sitting and trying to tell 18 to 54-year-olds what they can listen to, who's out of touch. He is sitting there, and you know what he's doing? He's having a party. He's jerking them around. He's getting his name in the newspaper, and instead it is costing people millions of dollars.
Yep. As a matter of fact,
it's justified.
Yeah, that's no problem. Let's just abuse. And I don't know where our president is on this. I don't know where this guy is. I don't know why he hasn't said it. All I keep hearing him saying is there's too much TV violence. Who cares? TV violence.
Now he says no, 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 no.
Yeah, I'm getting fed up with him. Hey, listen, I got a quick question.
Now you know the office you're supposed to run for, right?
What is that?
Forget this business, Governor. It's president.
Hey, let me tell you something.
It's president. Vice president.
I didn't want to. I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to say anything. You know, I'm running for governor, and I plan to stay in office.
Don't you think he ought to start with one office first?
You got the wrong guy. President is me.
Hey, Jackie, quit trying to hone in on my thing here. I got to tell you something. I am going to be the governor just for a couple of weeks, but my dream really is to be president for like 2 days. You know what I mean? That's all I need, something like
2
that.
days for president,
and who's going to be your vice presidential candidate?
No, let me ask you something.
Who's going to be your vice presidential candidate?
No, who is going to be my lieutenant governor in this race? Give me a name of somebody who you think is an excellent public servant who would make a good governor once I step down, after I bring the death penalty back to New York. Give me the name of a really hard-working public servant.
The Menendez brothers.
Somebody like yourself.
Come on, seriously, Senator.
Well, I have to think about that. We'll get back to you on that. I mean, you're not going to make that decision overnight.
Sure I am. I make every other decision overnight. Why should I made the decision to run for governor overnight. Why not this?
He made that in a split second.
Do you know how many people are going to show up in Albany? You'll have 10,000 people there.
Well, I hope you'll be there. Even though you're a Republican, I think you can cross over party lines. All right, thank you, Senator.
Listen, good being with you.
All right.
God bless you, sir.
And take care.
I sincerely hope you make a comfortable living.
And I certainly can't thank you enough for what you said about me and Infinity Broadcasting on the floor of the Senate. I thought it was very brave because you know what? You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that for me. And you know what? Nobody cares. You care about the constituents of New York.
Because I want to tell you something. Number one, you're my friend. And number two, you happen to be right. It's the right thing to do.
Thank you, Senator.
And besides, he needs a few dollars. You could.
That's right.
That's right.
I want him to plug my book.
All right, Senator. Thanks.
Take care.
That is the great Senator D'Amato. He wanted to say hello to you, so I asked you to come back. Thanks, Jackie. Jackie Mason. New Broadway play. Very exciting day.
Politically incorrect.
Hey, suddenly I'm looking pretty legitimate with Jackie Mason and Senator D'Amato. There he goes. See you, Jackie. Bye-bye. Yeah.
All right, don't get too full of yourself. Blowing yourself up with this hot air over there. Don't you hate it when people start doing that? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the Hillary Clinton's on line 4.
Well, wait a minute. Got to take that call from
come on over and unbuckle my pants.
Hold on for a second. Senator D'Amato's on the phone.
I got to tell you something, though. You know,
only guys can make that noise.
Yeah, I know. Girls can't do it.
I can't do it.
It's like this.
I can't do that.
You know, Infinity Broadcasting is a publicly traded company that brings a lot of money into the state of New York. And they are being treated. I mean, forget about that it's me. Where do you see a guy, a bureaucrat in government, sitting and saying, I don't like Howard Stern. I think he's a wise ass. And not only do I think he's indecent, but just to jerk around the station that owns him, I'm going to prevent them from doing business. Even though there's been nothing found that they're doing anything illegal, I'm going to prevent them.
These fines have not been a deterrent, he says. So I figure we have to step up our attacks.
Yeah. Do you believe this? No, they've been plenty of a deterrent. I've got to go to court now and prove that I'm not indecent. But I refuse to...
But since when does a guy say, you know, instead of for the system to work, I'm going to...
Yeah. Well, because he's 81 years old.
Around
he doesn't know how
abuse power.
He's 81 years old. He doesn't know how much time he has left on the planet, and he's going to make a stink before he goes down.
I don't care. I don't know why he cares so much. He's going to be leaving us.
I don't know. He just wants to make sure he makes that mark on society, you know, for the 18 to 54-year-olds to tell them what they're going to listen to. And his good pal Terry Racolta, the very good-looking, vivacious Terry Racolta, who gets way too much attention from the media.
I'd like to talk to her for about 10 minutes. I can figure out what's going on there.
Yeah, let me interview her. As long as she's making the decisions for what the country's going to listen to.
You're not capable.
81 years old. How many 81-year-olds you know that are that in touch anymore?
That want to listen to the same thing you want to listen to.
Yeah. He goes, I don't like the way he talks. He's a wise ass. Gee, didn't know you could abuse the Constitution for that.
Right, that little boy is not listening to me, so I'm going to smack his hand.
Yeah. And I don't like that he makes a living off the radio. Finally, one of the FCC commissioners turned to this guy and told him to shut up. And then he blew a tizzy, and they had to do a whole makeup scene in front of the National Association of Broadcasters.
Well, yeah, I just don't even understand what's going on. They said there's some big convention, and the head of the FCC, who usually comes and speaks every year, is not going to do it this year.
Yeah. And
they're worried. They're like, what kind of a relationship is this? I don't understand what's going on.
I don't even care. I gave up. It's just too weird. I'm just so sick of politicians and the way they, well, it's TV and radio that's causing a problem. No one asked your opinion on that.
Did you see
Fix
in the paper
roads
today Janet Reno saying, well, television doing better. She's like a school teacher.
Yeah.
She's been grading television. Television's doing a little better. She hadn't even watched it as a child. She has no clue
her mother,
what goes on TV.
Janet Reno's mom wouldn't let her watch TV when she was a kid. Yeah, what do you think of that?
And now she's the school teacher, the school marm,
Yeah.
who's grading television and telling them on their comments side of the report card that they're doing a little better, but they could do a much better job, and we still have work to do.
She has work to do. No one reminded her that she still has work to find what's going on in Crown Heights, where a young boy was killed by an unruly mob. She's supposed to be looking into that. Any reports on that?
The work she did in Waco, I think they gave her a bad grade on in the court,
Yeah.
but she doesn't care about that.
Yeah. Burned up some hippies. I don't know. It's pretty wild.
Doesn't matter what she's done. Television hasn't killed a soul.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's weird. And we have to deal with it every day.
Amazing.
We get lectured every day. We have a whole thing going on here. That's why I'm getting out in a year and a half. I'm doing this governor thing. I'll be governor and then, make
For
a
3
movie.
days you're going to be governor. What are you going to do after that?
I'll write a book about it. We'll take a break and we'll be back right after these words.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
It's good to have Jackie Mason in here. How weird was it that he makes real phone calls to Melrose Larry Green?
I still, if it was true, his sentiment that, it's easy to give money, but it's hard to give away your time, that's an incredible thing.
Yeah. It was weird that Melrose Larry Green
talks to Jackie Mason.
Yeah, because I just can't imagine anyone putting in 2 hours on the phone with Melrose Larry Green. I don't even think his mother puts in 2 hours.
No, aren't you trying to get away from Melrose Larry Green?
What? Yeah.
He approaches you.
He makes my skin crawl. you know what's funny about it too? It's like maybe Jackie Mason will set a trend now. All the celebrities, all the comedians want to start calling Melrose Larry Green for 2-3 hours at a time.
All of a sudden, he'll feel better about himself.
Maybe we should start calling Melrose Larry Green just to see what it's like.
Well, yeah, that's an interesting concept. Instead of just giving money to charity.
Just calling people who are hard up. What is it, Fafafoni?
I make those phone calls, and so does Ratso.
What?
To Larry Green a lot.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I took to
No,
Larry.
you do it as business, don't you?
Well, it starts out as business, but then he calls, and you just end up on the phone with him.
Is he that interesting?
Oh, he's too interesting.
Really?
He's
hooks you in, huh?
It all revolves around you.
Right.
About how. Did you know that it's been 9 months since Larry's last appearance?
No, I didn't know that.
Well, he knows it. He counts every day.
Right.
And then he calls up Ratso, and he gets crazy, and he leaves his messages about how he hates the show, and that's it. He's given up on us. And then he calls back and apologizes and begs Ratso not to play the message for me.
Wow.
But he really thinks that,
What upsets him about the show? I'd love to know.
I'll tell you exactly what upsets him, that we ignore him. when he, months will go by, and he'll say, you guys made me what I am, and then you just leave me here, and how could you do this to me? And I'm doing this, and I've got comedy shows, and you guys ignore me. And then he calls and gets angry.
Really?
Really angry messages.
So why don't I play those messages on the air?
Actually, we have some of them, I think.
Go get them. I want to hear it.
Yeah. And what's Ratso doing involved with him?
I don't know. Ever since Ratso and I worked on the book together, Ratso's now involved with every wacko that's involved with the show. I don't know. And then I talked to Ratso. I go, maybe Ratso's wacko.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't be talking to him.
Yeah. I guess there's very little difference between Ratso and Melrose Larry Green. I don't know. You see the Gary Shandling show? It was a repeat, but it was my favorite episode. It is such a good show.
It is a good show, but I often don't get to see it. It's after my bedtime.
Everyone can relate to this. Artie, the producer of the show, is talking to Larry Sanders. Larry Sanders says, that's it. He feels really out of it. He doesn't know what's going on, and Artie knows everything that's going on. He goes, I want to be in the loop.
Oh, I've seen that one.
I want to know everything that goes on around here. Artie goes, done.
He wants to be involved in every decision.
He says, say no more. You want to be in the loop? Done. Like within a day, Larry Sanders doesn't want to be in the loop anymore.
That's right.
He goes, this is an evil, evil loop. I don't want to be a part of it. It's great.
Yeah, that was a great one.
An evil loop.
As soon as he saw the real workings, the stuff you have to do.
It's pretty funny. Anyway, let's take a phone call, and then we'll do the news, and maybe Fafa Fui will get the... I was going to play another one of these.
One of the news reports?
Yeah. I had...
That Larry Sanders show was like the day I was in Tom's office, and they brought in the figures for your buttons.
Oh, yeah? Didn't want to be in the loop.
Oh, I didn't want to be there.
Hey, Ganji, where's the Channel 4 report? That was the best one.
Well, you know, Channel 4 is your station.
Yeah, they did a great report. It was real funny.
It's funny because I'm reading about Ernie Anastos. He's leaving Channel 2, and it sounds like he's leaving, but it sounds like they're putting him out, really.
Yeah.
Because his ratings aren't all that good, and they brought him in a couple of years ago to boost the ratings on the station, and now he's leaving because his contract is ending, and he's going to try to start a syndicated show.
Yeah.
And what he says toward the end of the article is very telling. He says, well, there are a lot of things you can't control, like your lead-in, and, you know, shows change, and the next thing you know, you don't have a lead-in, so you don't get an audience. Well, I thought Ernie Anastos was being paid $5 million to attract viewers.
Where's the Channel 4?
Scott's pulling it right now. What happened was he didn't get a chance to pull all of them, so he just pulled the ones that I starred, because they had Cuomo quotes and stuff like that. So he's pulling that.
You never know the right thing to do you? Channel 4 was the best one.
I didn't. That was the only one that I really didn't look at the best.
Oh, okay, all right.
You didn't look at it the best.
I saw the Channel 2 one because that's the one that was on, the one I was taping.
All right, get out of here. You disgust me. All right.
I don't know how you look at it the
He's pulling
best.
it right now.
All right.
But anyway, it just makes odd sense that somebody pays you $5 million to get an audience, and then you say, well, I couldn't get an audience because I didn't have a show before me that got an audience.
First of all, you got $1.3 million, and second of all, you know, Ernie, what's he going to say? He's embarrassing. Okay? Give him a break. You can't get any audience.
You know, you got to be doing something, Ernie. Meanwhile, there's another
Ernie
group
can't
of
do
people,
anything except read off a teleprompter.
Another group of people who say he really touches people. He has no way.
No, he doesn't. Ernie touches
so they're
no
going
one.
to try to build a show around him.
They're going to try and do an Oprah show with Ernie Anastos, who's one of our local anchormen if you're listening from out of town. But he really doesn't have a personality. I mean, if there ever was a guy who doesn't have a personality, I've seen Ernie Anastos try to ad-lib on the local news maybe 2 or 3 times in his career. You want to pass out because there is absolutely nothing going on there. And like most anchor people who read off a he's one of the best. He sits there like a...
He reads very well.
He's beautiful. The guy sits there, not a blemish, and he reads with perfection. I tell you, the guy doesn't make a mistake. You never see him sweat. The world could be exploding. Ernie Anastos is like a wooden puppet.
This just in.
Yeah, this just in. The world just exploded. I'll see you tomorrow. So, evidently, look, they paid this guy $1.3 million, which is a lot of money, obviously, and I figured he was going to bring in some big audience. They're waiting for him to bring in a big audience, like Ernie's going to do something different. So he sat there, he read the stupid news off the teleprompter like he always did.
And nothing happened.
And nothing happened. They want a miracle. First of all, you got to have good news. Like if I ran Channel 2 News yesterday, I would have ran our entire press conference at 5:30. What do you think of that? You think that's crazy? You know what the audience would have been? Why not? You should have seen what they ran from 5:30 to 6.
What time did your story come on?
2 minutes before 6. So they dragged everyone through the hour.
That's what
and then
they always do with you.
And ultimately, it's a 2-second thing, and people get fed up with that, and they stop watching. Because they go, they're going to do anything good anyway.
Teasing me. I hate the news to tease.
Tease and tease and tease. And poor Ernie Anastos is blamed for the crummy ratings of Channel 2 News. Channel 2 News, they got to do some creative stuff on there. They blame Ernie Anastos sits there like a wooden dummy and reads off the stupid teleprompter. He looks handsome. He does his job, and they're going to blame him. But I'll tell you something. If he's going to do an Oprah-type show, I got to tune in for that. I'll be right there. I got to see a guy. I want to see a robot host a show with topics. Hello, I'm Ernie Anastos. Today, girls who were raped by monkeys. Hello, girls. How are you? Oh, hi, Ernie. What was your story? Well, we were raped by monkeys. Thank you. I mean, what was that? What kind of show is that going to be?
That's it for today, folks. That's all we have for today.
I love when they blame the anchorman for the bad ratings.
I felt that was incredible. And then he said, well, they changed the shows and there was no more audience.
Yeah. Ernie wouldn't have a clue what to do. If you told Ernie, listen, Ernie, we're going to fire you unless you get some audience for the news. Wait, Ernie would
doesn't do anything.
Ernie would pull his pants down. He doesn't know what to do. What is Ernie going to do?
He reads whatever's put in front of him.
Fire the jerk who writes all that garbage. Ernie's fine. Poor Ernie bastard.
There's going to be somebody who reads it better than Ernie?
Yeah, Ernie, there's nobody on the planet that can read off there is nobody with a more empty head than Ernie Anastos who could sit there and read off a teleprompter. I mean, he does it just as good as any of these guys. They're going to blame him for... This guy, he sits there. You could program him. You could say... The Fuhrer today did a wonderful job, and we all see Heil him. He would read whatever you put on there. I would love them to do an experiment on Ernie Anastas' last day reading the news. I would like them to take the teleprompter
and put anything in.
Put ridiculous stuff in there. And Ernie will read it. Ernie is empty. Ernie is a shell waiting to be created. He is a man looking for someone to put a soul inside of him. And whoever the writer is over there better write some good news for him. For God's sake.
It's not his fault.
Yeah. No wonder Jim Jensen went on a drinking binge. This guy,
that was exciting because you never knew when he was going to go off.
The last anchor they had was Jim Jensen. God love him. The man was fantastic. Another guy. You could sit there. You could write anything. He reads it. And I guess it finally got to him. He started drinking.
And then he started asking those wacky questions, like he asked Bree Walker if she would have aborted, or her parents would have aborted her had they known she had that hand and foot problem.
As soon as Jim went off the script, they had to get rid of him.
They got him right out of that chair.
To be an anchor man, you could drink, you could take coke, you could do whatever you want and hold it. As long as you don't ad-lib, you're fine. As soon as you start ad-libbing, that's the problem. All right, Robin, let's take a break. We'll do some news.
Weren't we waiting for something?
We were waiting for Baba Booey, the Melrose tapes, but I never got a report. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, and then Ganji was bringing a report. Nothing came.
Nothing happened.
Papa Bullhigh.
Hey, you're on the air. Quickly, what do you have to say?
We're glad you're going to be the next governor, Howard.
Thank you.
I think it's great.
Oh, I promise you I'll do a good job.
We need somebody honest in the office, and that's what you are.
I'm honest, and I told you exactly what I'm going to do, and I'm going to get it done, and then I'll resign.
I don't see why a person with any type of common sense wouldn't vote for you. I mean, it's just...
What was that little laugh at the end?
Well, he has to keep his voice down. He's locked up in a rubber room. What is it, Papa Pony?
All your stuff is on the way. Your NBC tape is being dubbed, and your Melrose Larry tapes will be dubbed right now.
All right. Let me take a break and do that. And thank you for the nice words.
Hey, good luck.
Thank you.
Are you signed up?
Yeah, we got to get people to sign up for the Libertarian Party so we can go to the convention April 23rd.
I got a fax from King of All Messengers who said he'd sign up people at his house at Staten Island if you want him to.
That's what we need. That's just what we need. All right, we'll be back right after this.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
Tonight, Howard Stern's run for the State House is picking up some steam. He lassoed the media today, getting all kinds of camera coverage for his so-called grassroots campaign. News 4's Michael Hill was there.
K-Rock's king of cruelty is now candidate Howard Stern.
This is no disc jockey shtick. I swear to you, I am a serious candidate for the governor of New York.
The best-selling author has greater name recognition than any of the declared Republicans. He admits he's just using the Libertarian Party to get his name on the ballot, but would dump it if the Republicans welcomed him into their fold.
I am totally honest.
He likes Governor Cuomo, but thinks he should take a rest. His main campaign issue is his big beef with the governor.
That the death penalty must come to New York.
Citing some of New York's most notorious murderers and alleged murderers, Stern says prison isn't the answer.
I say electrocute him now and then give him the trial later. We'll take these misfits, we'll fry them like fish. That's why my campaign slogan is a vote for every vote. If I really had my...
You know, when I said vote for every vote, there should have been a huge cheer. Where were all my black people and Puerto Ricans that were supposed to cheer?
Nobody. First of all, if you were out with such an outrageous slogan...
Yeah, a vote for every vote? Yeah.
You should have warned us, because we were all in shock.
Yeah, I saw you. It was almost like I put a few votes through you. But, you know, I didn't get any...
And we would have known to respond. Surprise them, not us.
Right. First, I would kill these guys in the electric chair, and then I would take them, put them in potholes, and fill up the potholes. That way we'd solve two problems.
The callous, cocky, but candid Stern wonders why Cuomo opposes the death penalty.
He lays in bed at night. He's worried about going to heaven or something. This insanity of taking a guy and putting him in prison is no kind of deterrent.
But Stern later concedes the obvious. Death by injection, electrocution, or gas chamber is no deterrent. So...
It's more for revenge, yes. Absolutely. The revenge.
Stern is a three-issue candidate who says he's not qualified to run big government.
I'm going to fix the roadways at night. I'm going to stagger tolls, and I am going to bring back the death penalty. Once that's accomplished, I'll step down, and I will let my lieutenant governor take over.
He hasn't picked that person yet, but he has designated a spot for his sidekick, Robin Quivers.
She will be the secretary in charge of bras.
Oh, stop it.
Don't look for his financial disclosure statement, and don't look for him to confirm a deal is in the works with the Fox Cable Network for $5 million.
There is no truth to that. I don't have any plans right now. I'm not ready to announce anything.
Just don't put a lie detector on me for that.
The governor says he doesn't know much about Stern and asks, what is he, a dirty Imus? And one Republican says it is a free country. Stern's first campaign stop was outside K-Rock's Madison Avenue studio. Serious or not, Stern's candidacy strikes a chord in his state with New Yorkers fed up with crime and potholes.
He speaks the truth. He speaks his heart. The reason we need Howard is because he's not a politician. We have enough politicians. The only good politician is a former politician.
If Stern can get the Libertarians to nominate him next month, it should make for a very interesting campaign season.
It's not a stunt.
Michael Hill, News 4, New York.
Stuttering John for Lieutenant. What is it, Lieutenant?
Lieutenant Governor.
Thank you very much. That is Live at 5.
Sue Simmons, good newswoman.
Lieutenant.
For
You
Lieutenant.
didn't remember what the...
Yes, Lieutenant Governor. What is it, a lieutenant or something?
For Lieutenant? What is this, the Army?
Stuttering John was at the Joey Buttafuoco homecoming yesterday. He had some interesting observations. I tried to get to him at 6 o'clock in the morning, but then he ran out of the room. Did we ever ask him what they were?
No, we never talked to him about the press conference.
Yeah. Where is he? What? What were you yelling?
It's nuts, man. It's nuts.
What's nuts?
It's nuts back there. I'm the only one back there. Phone's going. I mean, everyone campaigning for everything. They want to help you out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you name it. Campaign. You know, the guy who ran Whitman's campaign.
Who's that?
I don't know his name. He's
Not Ed Rollins.
No, but he's gonna fax us some information about himself. I want to make sure he's legit.
I know there's a lot of guys contacting me who want to like start organizing fundraisers and all kinds of stuff, and it's like, dudes, I don't think we need all that. Although I wouldn't mind seeing some TV ads.
Some guy was
what?
Some guy was calling saying, if you're governor, could you be governor long enough just so they can put the sign in New York? You know, Howard Stern, governor of New York.
Yeah, sure, they have to do that. Yeah, they got to take my official
on the first day.
Yeah, you got to take my official portrait and all that. Hey, I wonder if anyone's doing any serious polling out there to find out what my chances are. The Daily News is doing something.
Yeah, they have a phone poll going,
Oh, yeah,
but
wait.
that's not scientific.
People calling from Washington, all different media organizations out there.
Yeah, what do you tell them?
I tell them to call your publicist.
Oh, really? I thought we were having them call my agent. Yeah, I guess they should call my publicist.
Yeah, that's what I would assume.
Yeah. I always forget who to call.
Today, we thank you.
Nuts. These phones. One day I'm going to get equipment that works. Having a vote for governor.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice message system. The mailbox belonging to 639.
What is this? I don't know what this is.
Dial the right
to
number.
disconnect, press 1. To enter another number, press 2.
This is the
If
thing.
you don't have a touch-tone phone or you require assistance, please stay on the line.
This is the Daily News poll.
Yeah, they screwed that up.
They did?
Yeah, because someone called from the Daily
Please
News. I don't know
hold.
what happened.
Someone will be with you
It's not working,
shortly.
that number.
I dialed right, though, right?
Yeah, it's not you.
Well, let's get some assistance.
I'm trying to vote for Howard Stern. Yeah, they messed up. It was a big thing in the newspaper today. Political analysis of what my campaign means and how I'm going to...
City desk.
Hey, it's Howard Stern. I'm on the air. I was trying to call in the special number, but I guess it's not working.
Well, yeah, you want to try back in like 10 minutes? The voicemail is full. Actually, I'm taking the comments over the phone if you want to take
All right. Well, me, Robin, Freddie, and Stuttering John say vote for Howard Stern. We like him.
Yes, we want Howard as the candidate because we think he'll do what he promises.
We like that he is going to run a campaign that, is simple. He'll
He's made
do...
3 simple promises. We're sure he can keep them.
Yeah.
Can I ask where you're calling from?
No, this is Howard. I'm on the
I
air.
know it's Howard.
Oh, yeah. I'm calling from...
I have to take this down. That's
Oh, okay. I'm calling from New York City.
why. Manhattan. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Got it down. No
Bye.
problem. Bye-bye.
Wait, wow.
Oh, yeah.
We should have asked her how, what people say.
How we were doing.
212-210 news. And then they're taking a vote over the phone.
Well, I don't know what I mean, because this is not yes and no. They're actually taking comments.
Yeah, cool. We got to take a break. Just real quick, what happened at the Buttafuoco thing?
Well, which spot do you want to get into first?
So great that you stutter.
I was thinking yesterday even when people were asking what place Stuttering John would have in your administration.
Yeah.
I was thinking spokesperson,
Yeah.
Press secretary.
There you go.
So he'd always have to come out and make daily statements.
That would be good. That would be excellent.
I'd love to do that.
Yeah, all right. That's your job.
And plus, then I get to field the reporters and get whose questions I want. And,
Right.
And then all the idiots who push me around all these years, I can take their questions.
Right. So, what happened at the Buttafuoco thing? You were telling me something.
Well, I was telling you about Steve Dunleavy from A Current Affair.
Yeah, what happened? You were the only one allowed to ask any questions at the press conference.
Yeah, but nobody knew that. So,
Right.
So I asked one question, and Joey filled in my question, and then they left.
And then what did Dunleavy do?
Well, Dunleavy. Then I went over to Dominic's office, and Current Affairs was doing this whole big piece on Joey.
Yeah.
So Dunleavy's giving me these like dirty looks the whole time.
Giving you dirty looks?
Yeah. He's like, oh man. So he's doing the interview with Joey, right?
Yeah.
So he's doing the interview with he's doing the interview with Joey. So I walk in and he goes, now we got to stop the clip. Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's all upset. Yeah.
Have him leave. And
oh, boy.
leave.
He really hates you, huh?
No, he despises.
Current Affair, real serious show. Very uptight.
Yeah. God forbid someone should walk in during a Joey Buttafuoco interview.
But he gave me like a time and goes, now we got to run the clip again.
Hey, let's take a break. We got to start the news. And
did you hear the press conference at all with Joey? Did you see that? Or
no, you got it on tape.
Yeah, I have it on tape.
Where is it?
It's all queued up. It's just
Where is it?
It should be up there.
That's not it. I don't see it.
I'm telling you, Sky said it's up there. He dubbed it off. Is it up on the card there?
What?
Is it on the card or something?
Where?
I don't know.
I don't have it. I don't know what you're talking about.
Is that right there? John is right.
Is that it right here?
Is that it?
It's not a tape. It's a card. Okay. Here we go.
You knew it all the time.
All right. Here we go.
What can I say? I did what I had to do to end it. I did my time, and I'm going home to my family.
Joey, will you fight Geraldo?
I think that
What's that all about?
Answer that, Joey. I'd like to answer. Okay.
Yeah, let him answer.
Tell me, or you want to do it?
What was that now? Who was putting up a fight?
Dominic would rather answer for Joey now.
Oh, I see.
But then then Joey says, let me answer it.
Oh, I see.
I accept his challenge. Absolutely.
And you beat him, Joe?
We'll see. We'll see. I'm ready.
Yes,
I have.
Isn't it funny that Joey lost weight but he's still fat? And everyone was calling him svelte?
When I saw, kept reading that he was 30 pounds lighter, I thought I'd see a much different guy.
I was expecting like a really good-looking macho Joey to walk out, and it was like the same Joey. You know what I mean?
I see those pictures of him sprinting across the lawn. It's the same Joey.
Yeah, and big double chin and the whole thing.
Right now, Joey's going to go back to be with his wife. They've waited over 129 days to be together. If there's anything else, you'll have to wait later to see and speak to him.
I'm out. I'm going to go home and play a dog. What the mic?
All right, we'll take a break. We'll be back with the news right after these words.
We're back. Howard Stern Show.
Because it's filthy. What goes clip-clop, bang? That's an Amish drive-by shooting.
You're listening to Jackie on satellite.
You know what? If you're taping, I can try and get a little bit naughty, and then you can always chop them out, right? You know why a dog licks his butt? If he knows in 10 minutes he'll be licking your face.
What is he doing, Howard? Why is he doing this?
He's trying to sell his CDs.
I see.
So he's talking.
Yeah, that same thing.
He's trying to. What he's trying to do.
So he's talking all over the country.
Yeah.
To different radio stations.
Yeah. Dia was nice enough to put him on the satellite.
Oh, boy.
Let him try and sell some CDs. So I told him to get out of here.
Yes, Charles is my wife.
No, I have no children, but I have a lovely wife, Nancy Sirianni Martling, who is an actress and a singer, and she's wonderful. In fact, she's under the desk as we speak.
Laugh at himself.
Oh, come on. She told me all these jokes. She taught them to me.
I wonder who he's talking to.
I would love to hear the other side of the conversation.
Must be asking a long question.
I'll try and hold on. Oh.
A technical problem.
No. It's much worse than that. I was mooning, and...
Oh, All right, you want to do some news?
Yes, I'm just sitting there thinking about how, at the beginning of that, Jackie has a smile in his voice that we often chastise him about.
Yeah.
And he doesn't do it here anymore, but let him
on
move.
The air. Yeah, the Jackie interview voice.
He'll get that smile right back.
Off the road, they almost drove into a tree. Hey, come on, that was weeks ago. No, that was like 9th grade. That was probably my first six-pack. Yeah.
How does he laugh like that?
It was unbelievable.
How does he
think it was easy to do that and drive at the same time.
Robin, you know what we're listening to? This is all the stuff that Jackie's always screaming that I keep him from doing.
Yes.
That, like, if it wasn't for me, he would be out doing this stuff.
If people could hear him do this, then they would pick him up for other things like movie scripts, punch-up TV scripts.
I can't get through to him.
That television writer.
Again with the string. You want a clean joke? A guy with 3 eyes, no arms, and 1 leg is hitchhiking. You got it? Guy with 3 eyes, no arms, and 1 leg is hitchhiking. A British guy pulls over, rolls down the window, and says, "Oi, oi, oi, you look armless. Up in."
Yeah, I'm holding him back. Am I holding him back?
Now, that's good.
Yeah, well, once he goes on the satellite, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Now he's all over the country.
This is what he wants.
I have to give out this number. $10 plus $3 shipping and handling. 78 minutes of filthy jokes. I guarantee you'll love them because you can retell them and steal them, and we all love to do that. Call 1-800-323-5464.
There he is.
You can get CDs or cassettes.
He makes those in his basement.
1-800-323-5464.
We all love to do that. Steal jokes and retell them. You know we all love to do
I'll do anything you would like.
This is what I'm holding him back from. When Jackie always says he's quitting, I go, Jackie, God bless you. You want to go?
I tell you, I got
Hello,
to
this
pull
is Jackie the Joke Man Martling, and you're
let
listening.
you hear it.
Well, when you were interviewing him?
Yeah.
Hi, this is Jackie.
I could be doing a lot of things.
You're listening to Mason and Dixon on Classic 99 in Birmingham.
Birmingham.
No, I'll do it again.
Oh, you can do it again.
This is Mason and Dixon. Hi, this is Jackie the Joke Man Martling, and you're listening to Mason and Dixon on Classic Rock 99. 99.
How does he laugh that hard? That's why he has no voice, because he laughs so hard.
I don't know. He told me a whole thing about every time he leaves or tries to leave, he doesn't really want to leave, and he says he's never really left, but I remember a few times that he left.
Yeah.
But he says the reason that he does is because he's got to be paid what he's worth, and that how does he know that if he's not doing this, he wouldn't wind up writing a movie?
Because it hasn't. Why wouldn't people be knocking on his door now that he? You see,
why would this stop him from writing?
I always say to him, "You've got all this exposure. If someone's going to have you write a movie, why don't you go write a movie? He really thinks he's going to write a movie.
He said it's the road not taken. He kept saying that over and over again. The road not taken.
I remember when we met him what the road not taken was.
The road was in North Carolina.
Yeah, he was like, I haven't seen my wife in 6 weeks. Let's get back. I'm fascinated. The road not taken.
Hey, I was just fascinated by the whole NBC thing, walking into Rockefeller Center. I was hooked. Don't get me started.
I always say to him, you're on a very high-profile program now, so write a movie.
Yeah, maybe you could get somebody to look at a screen.
Yeah, why would it hold you back? well, you're so tired. I said, yeah, but you're not tired enough to make CDs in your basement. You know, we all get involved in other things.
Hey, when I'm not out there, if I haven't done a gig in 3 weeks, I get antsy.
Antsy and the Pantsy. I don't hear him anymore. I guess he's done. I don't know. Maybe he's waiting for another.
Waiting for another station to pick up, I guess.
Hey, anybody out there?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, the club owners love me right now because I'm packing places that regular name comedians can't pack because of the plugs on the show.
So why would you give that up?
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense, Jackie's logic.
I don't know either. All right, anyway, let's get off the Jackie Martling thing and let's get into... We're fascinated by him.
I love Jackie.
So... Anyway... I never read David Hinckley's column. That guy really has a real nasty way. He can't even get into the fun of me running for governor.
He's always backhanded.
Yeah.
Where you're concerned.
If any other idiot was running for governor from the radio, he'd be like, "Hey, this is fun. We haven't seen such a good political spoof in such a long time." And blah, blah, blah. No, you can't just write something nice. That's why I said I don't want to do any more interviews with him. Everyone was telling me, Gary's telling me, no, he's a good guy. I go, no, he's not.
That's what I always hear, that he's a nice guy.
Yeah. Well, I met him. He was a nice guy to my face. Didn't have anything negative to say. And he's honestly, okay, let's start counting the Howard Stern votes. Assuming he and his wife Allison can get to the polls someday, his show seems to run until... What is this? Assuming he and wife Allison could get to the polls some days, his show seemed to run until long after the polls would have closed. That's 2 votes. If Joey Buttafuoco is qualified, make it 3. Robin, John, and Gary, those are on his staff who live in New York, should go along. And on Tuesday night, Lynn Samuels said she'll vote for him because she's tired of Mario Cuomo masquerading as a liberal. We could be approaching double figures already. And he just seems so upset. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The main problem with the Stern governorship, in fact, would be a variation on the Rush Limbaugh problem. Rush isn't nearly as scary as all those listeners who don't understand that he's an entertainer. And Stern isn't nearly as dangerous as those party dude fans who think that because Howard hasn't had to grow up on the radio, neither do they. What the hell is he talking about?
You're always... Everybody in the media is responsible for everything.
Yep. Well, that's what real liberal guys think. They think that there's some sort of power there, that you can force people to act a certain way.
Mm-hmm. And that they wouldn't act this way without you.
Yeah, that I've ruined them. People are idiots. Basically, the masses are idiots, and they have to be saved. I don't know, the masses have been doing pretty good on their own, without any help from me.
You haven't been everywhere all the time, and the same people are always out there.
Yeah, well, you can't convince guys with stuff like that. You seem to know it, and I seem to know it, but that's about it. What's in the news, Robin?
Well, unfortunately, as governor, there's a lot for you to clean up, Howard.
Well, don't look for me to clean up too much, Robin.
Well,
I'm only going to do certain things.
Lots of crime.
Death penalty.
Here we were thinking that, 5th Avenue, Madison Avenue, pretty safe areas. Well, yesterday at the salon of Vera Wang.
Vera Wang?
Madison Avenue designer.
Her name is Wang?
Boutique. Yes.
Vera Wang?
Yes, her name is Vera Wang. She's the same woman who did the gown for Holly Hunter. That Oscar outfit she wore the other night.
Remember that girl?
She did Nancy Kerrigan's Olympic skating outfit.
Remember that girl, Vanessa Penis? And you told me you thought that was a funny name?
I don't remember that.
Vera Wang is funny, too. She did Holly Hunter's
gown for the Oscars, yes.
Holly Hunter? I hear she's naked in that movie, The Piano.
Yes.
Is she full frontal?
As I recall, I don't remember a lot of those scenes, but as I recall it, yes. And I told you Harvey Keitel took his pants off, too.
See his penis?
Yes.
Because Holly Hunter, man, she's like real muscular or something. Did you see that dress she was wearing?
I saw her arms. Her arms are very muscular, and she's not big-breasted.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
At all.
She looked kind of gross, didn't she, with that long hair?
Well, I said she must have forgotten to stop off at the hairdresser's.
Yeah, but I mean, even... Like she had this little cut-off dress, and like she was showing off these big muscular arms.
That's all you could see. There was nothing else.
Yeah, like they almost looked like a monkey's arms. You know what I mean? They were like real muscular. Like, you know how a monkey gets muscular from swinging on a tree? It was like way more muscular than any guy I know. With the big bony shoulders.
And the veins.
And the veins running down her biceps.
Yeah.
It's like, cover up.
Not the time to be wearing a sleeveless gown.
Yeah, with the flat chest. Mr. Blackswell said that she didn't dress good. But he's a weird guy. Like, I thought Gina Davis with that dress that ran down, you could see her ass.
Yes,
I thought that was sexy, but Mr. Blackwell goes, no, that wasn't good. And I'm going, well, yeah.
That was a fashion no-no.
I think if you're, a real horny guy like me, you think that's good. And if you're Mr. Blackwell.
Yeah, there are a lot of times that I see people bashing the outfits of some of these people. But if you've got a great body, anything you wear looks fine as far as I'm concerned.
Like he was saying Nancy Kerrigan's dress was awful, and I'm going, wait a second. It was this really sheer dress.
Mm-hmm.
In the middle, you could see a really flat, hard stomach. She had a mosquito net around her stomach. And I don't know, Mr. Blackwell, you see him on TV, and he's like, oh, that's awful. You know who looked great? Glenn Close. And I'm like, wait a second. She was bald.
The best.
She forgot to put her hair on or something.
The best is when I see, here's a classic, Deborah Carr. She really...
Yeah, well, Deborah Carr's got to have something wrong with her. Because I was figuring it out. Like, first they show you all these film clips of how beautiful she is.
Yes.
With Burt Lancaster rolling around on the beach and stuff.
Absolutely. And when you see that shot of her in that dress dancing with Yul Brynner in The King and I.
It's beautiful.
Stacked.
So she comes out. I think she must be undergoing some kind of treatment or something because, I don't know, man. Because she's like 73?
Something like that.
I was thinking, like, my father and mother are like in 70-something. And I mean, they don't look
that bad.
No, there's something going on there. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if there is or isn't, but...
She couldn't even hold the Oscar. I think that was pretty good indication that something's wrong.
And she had, like, big blue glasses.
And who is it that advises you to have blue tint?
All old women get blue glasses. They all get tinted giant power frames. They get these huge glasses.
And what is the move to the red hair as you get older?
That's a bozo no-no. I don't know, man. It was just a weird thing. Goldie Hawn, Mr. Blackwell said Goldie Hawn looked pretty good. Like, he liked her.
Yeah, that was the slip dress.
But I don't know, man. Her chest looks awfully muscular.
She, again, had the that thing you get down the middle of your chest when you pump iron.
Yeah, she had, like, a bigger chest than... I wish I had a cleavage like that.
Well, it wasn't really cleavage because she doesn't have breasts.
Yeah, it's like a
big chest.
Yeah, that turns me off because I think of like her as a guy. But then Goldie Hawn turned around and showed her ass to the camera during those dancers. Those
right.
African dancers.
That, as you point out, even in the movies.
And she showed her ass. She's got a great ass.
And Marissa Tomei had the same kind of dress on.
Yeah, she's not good looking. I don't like her. I mean, I don't like the way she looks. I don't even think she's that good an actress.
You know who I thought looked the best?
Janet Jackson.
Well, she looked good. But I meant
good
of the actresses.
With that white women hair. You see that? She's got like white women's hair. Robin says
it is white women's hair.
Yeah, Robin
she
says
gets it from a shop.
Robin says that's hair extension. I don't know. I don't know what that is.
Howard.
It's outrageous. I love that.
Show you where you get that white women's hair.
Really? I love that dark skin with the white women's hair. I love it. I love the whole look.
She's weaving and weaving.
Yeah, that's a weave. What do you do when you shower with all that white women's hair in your head?
You shower with it.
Who was the best looking white woman there, Robin?
I would say Sharon Stone.
No, you see that Betty Boop hairdo. That's what Mr. Blackwell said.
Oof.
Classic beauty. And I'm like, ugh.
Well, at least she looked glamorous like a movie star. Yes, the hair was bad, but the dress was gorgeous.
No, I don't. It was. You know what it is? When she walks, her legs even look funny. Don't get a dress with a slit up like that. Just wear mini skirts. Your leg looks funny, poking through like that. It looks kind of weird.
Well, I thought she was the standout for me.
No, actually, Whitney Houston.
I didn't like what she had on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and besides that, Whitney's so phony. I can't stand to watch her.
Forget about her personality.
Oh, I hate her.
She is the world's worst. Those speeches, hey, baby.
And when she's like, oh, Bruce, you're so lucky you won an Oscar.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
No. Forget about the personality, the face and the body.
Well, again, there's a woman, but that's not her real hair.
The worst part of the Academy Awards was watching everybody take Rosie O'Donnell seriously as a big actress. That really upset me.
That necklace she had on looked like the things I put on my cats.
That was a cat necklace.
You know how I have little jewels for my cats?
And I hate when little kids win awards.
Yes.
With their big floppy hats so they can look like adults. Mr. Blackwell was really upset about that big hat that girl was
little
wearing.
girl wear and
I thought it was kind of cute, but Mr. Blackwell said that it was awful. That little kids should not wear adult hats.
Sure, traumatize her more.
Yeah. What a nice man. What a lovely, lovely man.
You're an evil child.
Yeah. Don't you ever dress like that again.
Dare you.
Like she dressed herself.
And that guy Johnny Depp, he might have I don't know, he might need to be in a mental institution.
I think he's gotten a little too upset about all the adverse publicity from his club.
And what was with Neil Young? He had he was singing that song.
And his eyes were closed.
Yeah, I was almost, and he looked like an ape, like a Cro-Magnon man.
Definitely doesn't need a profile shot.
With those big pork chop sideburns. He looked like early man, but then they had like a candle burning. Mm-hmm. What was that all about? Like,
I
it was
think
a
they
candle.
left that over from the Janet Jackson set.
Is that right? You mean that was Janet Jackson's candle?
She had a whole bunch of candles.
Oh, I see.
I think they forgot it.
Oh, that makes sense. But Neil Young and then... you know what? I'm actually liking that Bruce Springsteen song.
The Bruce Springsteen song is a good song.
Yeah, it is pretty good. Philadelphia. I might actually...
But did you see him give his speech?
Yeah.
There's a guy that has no reason to be depressed.
And he's depressed.
Yeah.
He's all depressed.
I'm sick of these absolutely fabulously wealthy, talented people being depressed.
His work is getting up and playing a guitar. How bad can that be? Yeah, I don't know why he married that girl. That's a weird one. I can't figure out. He could have any piece of ass he wants in the world. And, he married her.
I think he missed little Steven.
Yeah.
And she sort of looks like him.
The one that I can't stand is this Tom Cruise's wife. She thinks she's so good. She thinks she's so important an actress. She's important because she's up there with him. She is so full of herself.
Did you notice, too, that they sent her out with someone else? She wouldn't come out with him.
Yeah,
she wants to be
a separate
in her
identity.
own right.
Yeah, that's important. Yeah. My agent said I should go out in my own right.
Have Tom do something else tonight.
The big surprise of the Academy Awards was this Winona Ryder has some rack. She must have got breast implants. I
said,
checked it up.
Where did she get those?
She must have borrowed them from you. Then she must have taken the stuff you took off your chest and thrown it on. Has she always been that big?
She's a little girl. She never had that before.
Because my wife says, I said to her, that's a breast implant. She goes, you don't know that. I said, look at the size of that rack on that skinny frame. Where do you see something like that in human nature?
Yeah, what, did God put all the fat in just the right place?
The other guy that annoyed me was this Christian Slater. This guy comes out. They ask him to present an award, and he sits there, he laughs like a mental patient. He's reading something. I don't know what it is. He's like,
yeah, he came out with Nicole Kidman, didn't he?
Yeah. He's like, it's like, dude, stand there and read it. What's so friggin' funny? I don't know. I don't know what that is.
Well, I don't see why he shouldn't be jovial.
You know what was weird to me, too?
What's that noise?
What do you hear?
You don't hear a siren going off?
I like that noise. I can barely hear it. But then again, my hearing's shot from keeping the headphones up so loud.
Yeah, if you turned that down, you'd hear it.
What?
Oh, yeah.
I can barely hear you. What is that, Tom?
It's the building fire alarm.
Well, let's get out of here.
I have to evacuate the building.
Do we have to evacuate?
No.
No one even pays attention to the building fire alarm.
What does that mean, Tom?
You're finding out?
Yeah.
All right. What that alarm means is ignore it. Oh, good. Something for Tom to do. Oh, good. I'll look into it.
Don't you remember when we were in school? When you heard an alarm like that?
You did something.
You got up, you lined up, you walked out in an orderly fashion.
No, I guess because we're doing such important work, we have to risk our lives. And like stay here because there's a fire. No one could go down with the ship.
You can.
But
I'm bringing in the Melrose Larry tape.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll probably get to it tomorrow, Gary. I think you were right. I'm running out of time.
I just had a big fight with Scott about it.
Who cares?
Fire alarm going off again. I get scared.
Let's leave. We're much too important. Let Pete Fornatale sit here and die in the fire.
Well, since you brought up the Oscars, I was going to talk about the Vera Wang thing, but you led me off. Right. We might as well play the tape of Tom Hanks
Again?
Tom was at the Elton John party. Elton threw a big party to raise money for AIDS.
Was he crying?
Research after the Oscars. So Tom Hanks came there, and he is like a gay person now.
Yeah, he is.
I think he's still stuck in that role.
There's a lot of guys now who act like gay guys. They're really, especially actors. I see it. They all want to, they want to be so politically correct.
And someone was explaining to me that early on, when they were first doing the publicity for Philadelphia, the gays got angry at Tom Hanks for some things that he said, or he wasn't politically correct enough for them or something.
Right.
So now he's gone way overboard.
Yeah.
And he's almost like a gay man.
Jay, he calls his wife my lover. Like, heterosexuals don't have to do. You could say call her your wife.
Your wife. That's a wife.
You don't have to call her your lover.
We already got names for what we do.
Gay guys are confused what to call their male friends, their
They're
special
still
partners,
figuring everything out.
their life mates, their meat garage. Anyway, here's Tom Hanks.
I thought I was as enlightened, hip child of the 1970s as you would come across. But in all honesty, the grand equalizing experiences of meeting the people I have met, talking to the people that I have known, embracing the wonderful artists that I have embraced, and to watch my own personal list of people I have lost, our friends who are slowly vanishing and are slowly gone, as it grows longer and longer, I have experienced in macrocosm what I think the grander audience who has actually supported my movie, a grand equalized experience of what a tragedy this is.
I know what you mean. He's speaking very feminine.
Yeah, it's just, and then he gets lost in his
macrocosm,
trying to express
his sadness.
Audaciousness of, or the bigness of this disease and how horrible it is. So he starts with the macrocosm and the micro.
Yeah,
and
it gets a little confusing.
I have met, and he just doesn't know what to say anymore because he doesn't want to offend gay people.
I know. You got to seem real concerned. Like if you do a gay movie, it's not enough. You got to seem real concerned.
Yeah.
Hey Tom, it's a disease. It's out there. What are we going to do? It's a part. We're all trying for a cure.
I have experienced the macrocosm of what the grander audience. Now I'm lost. I don't know what else to say, but they went to see my movie.
What else does he have to say?
He continues.
We are losing people that could be curing cancer. We're losing people that could be bringing peace to our world. We could be losing neighbors who would look after our house.
We could be losing guys who would make really nifty jewelry, too.
Well, look at what's happened to Broadway. That's what
Broadway sucks since AIDS. It really does. That's no joke.
Should it catch on fire and we are not there? That's the nature of the loss as it comes down to more and more personal levels. And when I realize that there's crew members that I've worked with, there's authors that I've read, there's interviewers that I have spoken to that are now no longer here, I can only be saddened by the fact that I had this experience with them for a short period of time.
He's definitely making up with the gay community.
But I am emboldened by the fact that if me, the guy who I thought was enlightened as more so than the next guy, can receive an even bigger dose of understanding what it means to be a responsible American today.
That's a long sentence.
A good thing.
That's a long sentence. Good for you, Tom. Go ahead.
You see what he keeps saying? I thought I was enlightened, and now they have shown me that I knew nothing.
Yeah, I think that's like an apology for anything you might have previously said.
If I make any mistakes, just realize I'm a dummy.
I don't know what I'm doing. A lot of the old-timers at the Academy Awards didn't wear their AIDS ribbons.
I have to go back over the tape.
Check it out.
And look, because I don't remember noticing that.
Thing I noticed was a lot of the people who won for Schindler's List kind of sounded like Nazis. One of them was named Eva Braun.
Right.
Ewa Braun. And that was weird. I mean, not that she's a Nazi or anything, but they all had German accents. Did
when
you
they
notice?
called out those names, I thought, this is an American film.
Goebbels. And then, like, everyone who got up and made acceptance speeches was like, I would like to thank Steven Spielberg.
Himmler.
No, but they all sounded like Nazis.
Yeah.
It was scary.
The entire crew was German.
Couldn't Americans work on Schindler's List, or did you have to be like a foreigner?
I guess Steven was trying to teach them all a lesson. So he said, look at what you did.
Not a bad idea, since they surveyed most Germans, and they said they still wouldn't like to live near Jews. They actually surveyed them.
It's pretty wild because I was reading something about the opening of Schindler's List in Germany. Now, of course, unfortunately, this is already preaching to the converted.
Right.
Because anybody, you know, the neo-Nazis there are not going to go to see Schindler's List and become enlightened. It's the people who believe that they did something wrong who are running into the theaters and seeing Schindler's List, and they talk about how they come out shell-shocked.
Yeah. Yeah, most of the people going to see Schindler's List are Jews who go there to get tortured. They go there to actually suffer.
You know, I have to say it's true, because when I saw the movie, there was a woman sitting next to me.
She's probably concentration
and she was very
camp
old, and I'm pretty sure she was Jewish, and she made these, like, sighing noises, and this huffing and puffing, and I felt so bad.
Well, she wanted to let you know that
she was crying. But, you know, they would kill somebody, and she would go, oh. You know, and these, it was terrible.
Yeah, she had to give you a whole, everyone there has to, you know, give you a whole history. Yeah.
I have an endorsement from the president's brother. I'm sorry.
What? What are you talking about?
From the president's brother.
What is he saying?
I would guess that Roger Clinton's on the phone and wants to endorse you.
Roger's on the phone?
Yeah.
Did Roger get married?
He's getting married, but he's on the
he
car
hasn't
phone
gotten married yet?
to endorse you.
It's probably not Roger. You know, that's the problem with you, John. Wait a second. Roger, that you? Roger.
Howard, yes.
How do I know it's really you?
Well, it is me. I'm driving, as a matter of fact, from Dallas into Arkansas. I'm going to go visit my mother's gravesite at the cemetery right now, and you know, go talk to her one time before I get married on Saturday.
Oh, really? Hey, how come you didn't invite me?
You are invited. You were supposed to have gotten an invitation. You and Robin both.
I never got one.
So help me, you were supposed to have gotten an invitation. We sent it to the radio station.
Really?
I swear we did.
Because then I could have nudged your brother.
We sent it quite a while ago.
Hey, you got to do me a favor, man. I know you're getting married, and congratulations and everything.
Yeah, really.
You got to get to your brother and tell him to mellow out this FCC thing. Tell him I supported him. I'm starting to lose faith in him.
You let this wedding go by.
Yeah.
Let me get this wedding behind me.
Yeah.
And you know, I've been on an emotional roller coaster, to say the least.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So you let me. I give you my word, Howard. I'll help you however I can.
Hey, tell him I
can't promise anything, but I'll help you any way I can.
Tell him I even support him on.
It's really ridiculous. It's gotten ridiculous.
It is outrageous. And tell him, listen, I supported him on the Whitewater thing. Even I think it's a load. I think it's a load of crap.
It is a load of crap.
What I'm saying is,
with you.
Hey, listen. When I make wacky statements to the press, just please, just beg them. I swear to God, man, I'll help you dudes out. Just come on, tell them one hand washes the other.
Well, you know, I'm going to either have to come there or I'm going to have to hook up with you when you come to L.A. the next time.
Yeah.
I'll be back in L.A. on the 30th of this month. I'll be back in 4 or 5 days.
Right.
And then I'll be free to talk if you want to come out there, or when I come to New York, we'll sit and visit. And,
where are you going on your honeymoon?
And I mean, talk seriously about it, because I don't know near enough about your situation to get involved in it deeply, you know. So.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this is bad. You got to tell him to just lighten up with this thing, and I'll be there for him too.
Okay.
I carry some clout.
Okay, man.
I'm running for governor.
You carry my kind of clout.
I'm going to be the governor of New York.
Congratulations. That's what I just heard on the radio, and I wanted to call and congratulate you.
Well, thank you. And by the way,
yes,
I'm just curious, where are you going on your honeymoon?
Well, you know, we're expecting a baby in about a month. So Molly,
you're kidding me?
No. So Molly wants to wait until after the baby's born. So we're going to go to Jamaica in a couple of months.
Hey, be careful, man. I saw her. She's very attractive. You know, down in Jamaica there, they go crazy for white women like that. Hello?
I think he's gone.
Lost
what
Roger.
happened?
I guess we lost him or something. I was trying to warn him about Jamaica. I hope he got my words.
I think the Jamaicans cut you off for tapping up.
I'm telling you, those Jamaicans, they're onto something there. He better be careful down there. I've seen his wife. It's a piece of ass.
She's very pretty.
Yeah. You go down there right away. They go, let me braid your hair. Right there on the beach.
I told you, my friend, don't get a sunburn down there because they send you into town.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I fixed your sunburn.
Yeah, they'll fix you all right. Fix you with that sunburn.
You watch a man rub down your wife while you stand in a corner.
Oh, boy. And you better let him rub down your wife.
Yeah, because there's 5 other guys standing there with him.
You got that right, honey. I was trying to warn the guy, and then I lost him. I don't think he really invited me to the wedding.
I don't think so either.
But that's all right.
How could he lose 2 invitations?
Yeah.
What, were they in the same envelope?
I get mail from mental patients. Comes right here.
If you even sign, nigger quivers, the letters get to me.
Robin gets letters, nigger quivers, and the letters are delivered right, and no address, nothing, just nigger quivers, New York, New York, and she gets it.
So don't tell me they got lost.
He should have addressed it to Nigger Quivers.
or Jew Boy Stern. They're always coming.
Kike Man. Hold on. I think Roger's back on the phone. Hey, Roger.
I'm so sorry.
I was right in the middle of warning you about Jamaica. Let me tell you something. You better be careful down there.
I know.
I've seen your wife. She's a piece of ass. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. You go down there, and let's say she gets a sunburn, and you have to go into town for special cream. You're going to have to stand there while this big black guy just rubs her down with cream. I'm not kidding, because that happened to a friend of ours.
It happened.
Yeah, and, you know, they're wild down there. I'm telling you, Jamaicans don't like us. They don't.
We went to Argentina together, and a big black woman came and rubbed her down, and she really enjoyed that.
Oh, really? Oh, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, there sure isn't. As a matter of fact,
Yeah.
next time I'm sitting in the booth with Robin, and I'm not going to be in the booth with you. I'm going to be in the booth with Robin.
Oh, Robin will rub you down. Let me tell you something. Congratulations on the wedding.
Thanks a lot.
And, you know, hey, don't drive your brother crazy, but just please put in a word for me.
I promise I'm going to put in a word for you.
I mean,
I'll put in a word for you this weekend.
Please, I'm begging you.
I will. I promise. And you let me get this wedding over with. I'm telling you, I'll sit down with you and discuss this and see if I can do anything. You know, who knows?
Hey, you never know. Hey, you know, in a way, it's kind of sad you got to get married. I mean, on the one hand, you're in love, but on the other hand, think of all the tukey you're going to pass up.
Yeah, I know.
You going to be able to be faithful?
You better believe it.
Really?
Yeah, well, I'm going to do the best I can.
There you go. All right. Listen, you try. You try it out and see how it goes.
Exactly right.
Exactly. You got the right attitude.
I know I really love her anyway.
All right. Well, listen, good luck. Where's the wedding?
It's going to be at the Dallas Arboretum on Saturday afternoon about 5 o'clock.
All right. And then the president, of course, will be there.
Yes, he's my best man.
And Hillary will be there.
Hillary and Chelsea will both be there.
Chelsea will be the flower girl?
Yeah, well, no, Chelsea's just going to be in attendance.
I see.
Yeah, she's just going to be there for me to look at. I need all the family support I can get there this time.
Let me tell you something.
Be a tough one.
I got married 20 years ago. I got to tell you, I still remember the feeling as I walked down the aisle, and I swear to you, I felt like I was going to walk down the aisle. I swear to you. I walked down. I had to walk down, and I remember I felt I was going to urinate.
I know. You were reeling.
I really, it was the scariest thing that ever happened to me. It was the worst. But you'll see. You've never been married before, right?
No, I've not. And, you know, about 2 weeks ago, I made mention of the fact that I was going to be nervous that I might pee my pants walking down the aisle.
Yeah.
And Molly and her whole family has been laughing ever since because of what Robin just said, that we don't walk down the aisle. I didn't even remember.
Well, I don't know. I ended up walking down the aisle like a woman. I don't know how it happened. Hey, how old is that wife of yours? She's hot.
Yeah.
How old is she?
She's about to be 26 years old. On April Fool's Day.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's got some measurements.
She has some measurements.
You're a very lucky man.
Thank you.
Let me tell you. What is it, Baba Bowie?
No, I was just going to tell you, my wedding, I got the dry heaves. I started gacking.
Oh, did you? You got the dry heaves?
Yeah, I started going...
Out there? When you were out there?
No, when I looked out there, I was in the back and I looked out and I saw everybody I knew and I started going...
Yeah, don't get the dry heaves. Imagine you start puking in front of the president. It would be very, very embarrassing.
Yes, you don't want to do that. That's videotaped.
Yeah, you don't want to chuck up in front of your brother.
No.
No,
I'm not going to do that. I saw Margaret, Miss Thatcher. I saw her fall over on the podium there.
Did you register for gifts?
Yes, I did. We registered at Macy's.
Yes.
Dillard, Bullock's, and Crate & Barrel.
What'd your brother get you?
Well, he hasn't as of yet, but
right.
I'm expecting something pretty soon.
He should get you engagement
Maybe
gift.
tickets to the Razorback game in Dallas.
Yeah, that'll be good. All right, listen. Good luck with the wedding, and
Thanks, Howard.
get a hold of that brother of yours and knock some sense into him about me.
Thanks, Howard.
All right, thanks.
Robin.
And
See
good
you
luck.
later.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
There he is, Roger Clinton, who has got to come through with me. I'm desperate. He's just got to come through for me.
Well, I think you have to sit down and explain to him what's going on.
I've explained it.
No, he doesn't understand. He
Again,
just
with
said
the explaining.
You got to tell him exactly what the mess is all about.
I'm going to give him a brain transplant. I'm going to stick my brain in his head.
I knew you were going to.
And I'm going to talk to the president, and then I'm going to give him his brain back.
Then who do I work with?
You're going to work with?
You or Roger?
No, I don't know who you'll be working with. Yeah. Anyway, let's get back to the news.
Think about. Well, you know, we were in the middle of the Schindler's List. I don't know how we got into these discussions.
Yeah. What about? Well, let's do some news.
Well, we were doing news.
Oh, we were?
Somehow we got distracted with Schindler's List and the Oscars and who was wearing what.
And Christian Slater.
Yeah, so I don't know how that all happened. But anyway.
You
Did
were
hear
saying.
Tom Hanks trying to, continue to appease the gays. He's going to be doing this the rest of his life, I think. He better do another role.
He should be like Paul Newman. Just get awards for salad dressing.
Yeah, get a recipe.
All the great roles that Paul Newman has had. The guy really is a terrific actor, and here he is. He stands out there, and he was getting an award for his salad dressing. Can you imagine the insult?
Think that's incredible.
That was incredible to me, and he's happy as a clam. Yeah. They said basically they call it charity, but it's for
you
salad
know what
dressing.
happened to Paul Newman? He has an incredible body of work, and he had never won an Oscar, and it didn't look like he was ever going to win an Oscar.
So he made a salad dressing instead.
No, they finally gave him that other award they give.
Yeah.
And then he finally won the award for The Verdict.
The Color of Money.
No, The Color of Money. They finally gave him an award for acting.
Yeah.
And now they just decided, he deserves another one, so give him one for the salad dressing, too.
Yeah, got it for salad dressing.
Which I thought was extremely funny because they couldn't say exactly what they were doing. They said, man's been incredible with charity. I said, that's a salad dressing.
That's a salad dressing recipe. Anyway,
If that salad dressing wasn't good, he wouldn't be up there.
what else is in the news?
Vera Wang.
Yeah.
The reason we got sidetracked was because there was a horrible robbery at her bridal salon here in Manhattan yesterday. A Maryland businessman and his wife were there shopping with their daughters. One of their daughters is getting married. They were up on the second floor in the fitting rooms looking for, I guess, dresses for the wedding. And two well-dressed men rang the bell, because you can't walk into these Madison Avenue stores. They don't want browsers.
Right.
Very exclusive stores. And they saw these two well-dressed white men standing at the door.
Right.
They opened up, let them in. The men came in, said they wanted to look for a dress for one of their daughters.
Right.
Because they're getting married or something, and they needed it in 12 weeks. Talked their way to the manager, got the manager to take them up to the second floor. As soon as they got there, because these people don't keep a lot of cash on hand and stuff like that, but they always have these very wealthy clients inside. They noticed that the wife of this man from Maryland was wearing this huge diamond. So they whip out guns, and they try to take her ring. She puts up a struggle. They shoot her. Then the husband jumps in. They shoot him.
Wow.
And now they're both in the hospital.
They're still alive?
Yes.
See, death penalty.
They're both in the hospital trying to recover. And the daughters are, of course, terribly traumatized.
You use a gun in a crime and shoot someone, you would have the death penalty when I'm governor. This nonsense is going to stop. People are going to be dying.
Well, the two guys got away. We got to find them first.
We're going to find them. The problem is when we find them, they get off.
There seems to be a pattern of kinds of robberies. These one or two guys come up, get themselves into these stores, and then they rob the clients.
Yeah, and it's a big joke. You'll see these guys. They'll be interviewed on TV. They'll do 5-6 years in prison. After all, they didn't kill anybody. You'll see it's a big joke. You know what it is to take a bullet? You're never the same. You're never the same. You take a bullet. I knew a guy took a bullet. He was never the same. You're never the same. And, it's a big joke in this country. You take a gun out, you shoot someone. Their intent was to kill. They get the gas chamber. Oh, I got to win governor. I got to be the governor. You got to make me the governor.
Speaking of taking a bullet, remember that woman? We had the guy down in Florida who shot and killed an abortion doctor.
Death penalty.
And now there's a woman on trial for sort of doing the same thing. The doctor she shot, however, lived.
Yeah, that'll be.
And he took the stand yesterday to testify against her.
Yeah,
Talk about what it was like when this woman approached him.
She'd be dead in my state.
His name is George Tiller. Here he is, testifying yesterday. I think that's him. I'm praying that's him.
And I thought, that lady is shooting me with rubber bullets. I'm not afraid of rubber bullets. That's what I thought. And then I looked.
What do you say?
He says, the woman came up to him. He thought she was going to give him some abortion literature. Yeah. And instead she pulled out this gun and started shooting. And at first, he thought she had shot him with rubber bullets.
Oh.
On the floor, and there's blood all over the place, and there's glass all over the place. And I figured I'd been shot.
Yeah, and, it's a big joke, these juries. I don't know. It's a joke. People go, these abortion nuts. They're worried about fetuses. Can you imagine?
She says that she thinks this is the holiest thing she has ever done.
And I say let her meet her maker. What's her name?
Well, gee, you want information like that, too?
No, I figured maybe there was a card or something. I thought her name was Magic Johnson, but I see that's not it.
No.
All right.
I don't have her name on me right now.
That's all right. Believe me, I don't want her name. I don't want to know her name.
What do you think? I'm organized over here?
That's okay. Don't worry about it. Move on. Cares what
I just, we were talking about taking a bullet. Well, there's a man who, you don't even know what that feels like. He thought he was being shot with rubber bullets because it hurt, but he didn't think it hurt enough that it had pierced his body. And there he was. He looked down and he saw all this blood. But people like that just go to jail for a few years and we let them out.
That's right.
Meanwhile, big news for Wayne Gretzky. He's called the Great One, Howard, because he plays hockey so well.
Really? I thought they called him the Great One because he was married to that Janet Jones. She's hot.
No, they were calling him the Great One even before he met her.
Oh.
And the reason was that he's supposedly the greatest hockey player ever, and yesterday he broke a record.
I thought he stopped
playing. No, he's still playing for the L.A. Kings.
Oh, I thought didn't his back hurt him or something?
He was injured for a while, but he got back out there.
I didn't realize that.
And he says he's had a lot of support, and yesterday he managed to break a record for the number of goals scored, I guess, ever in a career, because that was previously held by Gordie Howe. And here is the game being called. That's number 9 for you.
Gretzky looking. Gary Curry. McSorley. To Gretzky.
Gretzky.
He did it! The greatest goal scorer in National Hockey League history is Wayne Gretzky.
These guys get way too excited. I don't know, man.
I love sports guys.
It'd be hard to muster up that much energy for anything. What?
It's a major, major record, and he broke it in, I think, like half or a third less the time than the guy that had it.
Wow.
So the analogy is like if somebody broke Hank Aaron's record in half the amount of seasons. It's a big record.
Still got a puck through a net, that's all. Let's be honest.
Well, here's Wayne to tell you how it felt.
There's so many emotions that went through my mind at the time. Everything from I can't believe I did it to, what a feeling to do it, to a lot of years of hard work and playing with a lot of great, unselfish players.
I guess I got to go home now, and just my wife will probably be wearing a peignoir, so I want to get home. She's got these hot little pink heels and a peignoir. You saw her in that movie. What was that movie she was in where she was an Olympic star?
Oh.
Janet Jones.
I know, that was with that...
Doesn't matter.
She's also in the Flamingo Kid.
Yeah, my wife will probably want to celebrate tonight. She'll probably have some champagne. I'll probably get naked. She'll give me a tub. She'll greet me at the door in little pink cha-cha pumps.
Well, he didn't describe how that was going to be, but he did describe how it felt.
Let me interview him.
When the puck went into the net.
Yeah, that's just a euphemism for sex.
Well, here it is.
Yeah, the puck will probably go into the net.
I don't think that, words can describe the...
puck going into the net.
The emotion that I felt and the feeling of that I had and the gratitude I had to my teammates and, of course, to the fans. One of the best ovations I've ever had.
I don't know, man. I'm not sure what question they asked me. I think it was, what's it like when you have incredible sex with this fantastic, luscious, vivacious, big-chested, gorgeous-bodied Janet Jones? What the hell is that like when you open the door and Janet Jones greets you and then lays down on the floor and has sex with you?
I don't think that, words can describe the emotion that I felt and the feeling of that I had and...
You bet. What must that be like?
There's no words for that.
Yeah, there's no words. Well, she can actually bend over backwards like a tabletop.
Yeah, she showed that in the chorus line.
Yeah, no kidding. God, is she hot. Boy, is she sexy. Man, what I do to her.
You don't admire him for the way he plays the game.
I hate hockey. I really don't admire him for that.
You admire him for who he married.
Hey, I interviewed him in Los Angeles. All I asked him about was the wife. Could have cared less about hockey.
He's such a low-key, laid-back guy, too.
Yeah, you'd be, too. Having sex every night like that.
Meanwhile, Magic Johnson is taking over as coach of the Lakers.
It's a joke.
He was holding a press conference yesterday, and here's what he said when they asked, aren't you going to feel like going out there and playing? Are you sure you're going to feel all right being out there in a suit rather than in a jersey?
Yes, I'm probably going to get down there and want to tear off the suit, of course.
In fact, that's the only way they're going to win games. He jumps in and does something.
I would be lying to you if I told you if once I step out there on Sunday, you know, it's going to be crazy. I'm going to be crazy, excited, and I know if it gets tight, a minute to go, I'm going to look and say, man, go get that 32 jersey. You know, of course.
Players never make good...
never leave me.
That's not true. There have been great player coaches.
Who? Name one.
Pat Riley used to play.
Not really. Come on. When he played in high school?
I don't know where he played,
yeah,
but he
come
played.
on. Yeah, they all played, but they all sucked. It's like teachers.
Bill Russell was a great coach. Great player.
He wasn't a great coach. I don't know. They just don't work out. You know what it is? Magic Johnson.
Well, maybe he'll break the mold.
I was reading about Magic Johnson. He was the kind of player that when the coach would come over and say to him, hey, we want you to learn some plays, he would take the plays, crumple them up, and throw them into the water.
He knows the game.
I don't know.
Here's what he said about his health.
I'm fine. I'm great.
Yeah, you're fine. You got the deadliest disease on the planet, and you're fine.
No, he's only HIV positive. It hasn't turned into AIDS.
Oh, really?
Don't worry about that. If I wasn't, I wouldn't be doing this. Okay, so let me just ease everybody's mind that I've been on tour, I've been playing, I've been everywhere. If something was wrong, I wouldn't be coaching this team.
And how do other people feel about it? Here's Pat Riley commenting on what kind of coach he thinks Magic Johnson will make.
He's very, very, very competitive, and I don't think he'll tolerate mediocrity at all in the effort or in how the game is played.
You know, it is true. You say he's only HIV positive. This guy, I got to tell you, he looks healthier than I do.
He looks very good. I told you.
I don't get it. Well, maybe he'll be one of those guys who never gets full blown out AIDS. There are some guys who don't, you know.
It's not a death sentence. That's what they're saying now.
If anything, he appears to have more energy than I do.
He's playing, he's on TV, he's doing everything.
He's doing better than Fred, that's for sure. Fred can't get on TV or play anywhere.
And here's Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan?
Commenting on Magic Johnson becoming the coach of the L.A. Lakers.
How do I know what I'm doing? I can't even play baseball.
I was going to be coaching, and I'm happy for him. I wish him the best. I'm certainly not saying he can't do it. You know, I think he can do it. You know, he's been out there. He knows the game very well. He's been in the game. I wish him a lot of luck.
All right.
So there. I just don't think Michael's going to go and now become a coach, too. He wants to try to play baseball.
I'll break in a minute, Fred. We're going to wrap up first.
Yeah, Joey Buttafuoco's big party tonight. Gubernatorial candidate Howard Stern's supposed to be there.
Well, why would you announce that if I told you I'm not?
Well, I just tell you what I see in the paper.
Yeah, I heard you're supposed to be there, too.
I've never seen that in print.
What is it, Fafa Fui?
I'm going to go tonight for a little while, and I'll report back.
All right, tomorrow you'll have a report for us. Excellent.
I understand that before he met with the press, they did announce that he spent 2 hours with Mary Jo.
Yeah, now how'd that go?
All alone, and then he came out and reported that he was very tired.
Wore him out, huh? Hey, good for her.
That, he got to come home and experience the new breast implant.
Oh, yeah, now they're acknowledging the breast implant?
Well, they say that in the newspaper.
Yeah.
I don't know that Mary Jo is or her family is saying anything.
So she got herself all dolled up with lingerie.
Mm-hmm.
Now, where were the kids?
They had sent the kids away.
Oh, romantic.
So that they could have a couple of hours to themselves.
Dominic with babies.
Kids, you gotta stay awake. Your mother and father have sex.
Of course, Amy Fisher's mother is disgusted by the media circus this whole thing has turned into.
Oh, she should have been disgusted when her daughter was running around with him.
Well, she still considers her daughter Joey Buttafuoco's victim.
I see.
President Clinton will be on TV tonight at 7:30. He's holding a press conference. They expect most of the questions to be about the Whitewater scandal.
He's sinking fast, boy, I'll tell you.
Yeah, well, they say that it's beginning to affect the polls. His ratings are going down with, the approval ratings they always study on the president's performance, and it all depends on what the press is reporting about you. So since everything's about Whitewater these days, people's confidence is going down in the president. They say that this is an unusual time to hold a press conference. Usually the president speaks at 9 o'clock at night. Clinton claims that he decided on a 7:30 press conference because he didn't want to interfere with the NCAA basketball championship. And he wanted people to be able to see as much basketball as possible.
Well, finally, a sensitive president. He's right.
Meanwhile, there are rumors floating around that NBC had complained about the 9 o'clock time slot because this is the most lucrative night for them. You know, they have Jerry Seinfeld on and all that stuff, and I guess they make their most money on this particular night, and they weren't willing to give the president that time.
Right.
But since he's coming on at 7:30, he's only bumping Love Connection.
Oh. So run Seinfeld, so even if it was at that time, run Seinfeld and let the other two channels handle it.
No, but they're bumping Love Connection, and what the other people here are going to do, WCBS here is going to put Entertainment Tonight on at 7 o'clock, and A Current Affair will be on at 7 o'clock, so that we will be able to still see our favorite shows.
Yeah,
even though the president is going to speak.
That's important television. Thank God it didn't happen last night. Beverly Hills 90210 was on. I can't have anything interfering with that.
Let's see if there's anything else I want to mention before we go.
God bless Channel 11, though. They're not going to show the president. I bet you they're going to show, like, Three Stooges or something.
Yes, if you're really not interested in the president, there's always Channel 11.
That's an amazing channel here in New York. No matter what's going on. I've seen World War III break out, and Channel 11 will run Three Stooges.
Look at this. A woman who matches American men with Asian women as brides was found gunned down in her Midtown office yesterday.
Yeah, I read about
by
that.
Hundreds of photos of her customers.
Of Asian women.
Yeah.
Any nice-looking pictures?
Oh, I'm sure there must have been some. They were spread all over the place. She just has books and books and books of these pictures of Asian girls, and they say American men are constantly coming into the office looking through the books.
It's hard to get girls. Those Asian girls, they'll come over, you just take care of them, feed them a little bit, and they'll have sex with you. God bless them.
It costs men $400 to come in and look at the books, and a woman has to pay $150 for her membership. A lot of times this is the way these women get citizenship. You know, they get guys to marry them.
Well, these women really listen to you, too, these Asian women.
So they're looking into what happened here because they really don't know. It doesn't look like a forced entry or anything like that. And, you know, with the books spread all around, who knows what was going on there.
It's like sending away for one of those rubber dolls, those rubber love dolls. It doesn't talk back.
Yeah, sometimes it can't talk back. It doesn't speak your language.
Why would a guy send away for a rubber love doll when he can send away for a woman, an actual Asian woman to come live with you?
I guess, you know, some men don't like Asians.
It's better than nothing. It's better than a rubber doll. Is that it, Robin?
No, Jocelyn Elders, the Surgeon General, has gotten in trouble with the Roman Catholic Church again. This time it was because she did an interview with The Advocate, a gay magazine.
Yeah.
And she said that gay sex is good and wonderful.
Really?
Actually, what she said was sex is good and wonderful, whether it's homosexual or heterosexual.
Right.
And the Roman Catholic Church is prompting President Clinton to publicly disavow her destructive remarks.
Well, let's hope he doesn't react to that.
The Catholic Church considers homosexual sex a sin.
Why? Most of the people in the church are having homosexual sex. How bad could it be? How much of a sin could it be? It's an outrage.
Lots of people sin, Howard. They still have to condemn it, I suppose, is their...
You get all these priests doing it. How bad could it be?
They said it's not a normal part of being healthy.
That homosexual sex, there must be something to it. If a guy will risk his whole career just to have it.
Well, that's what I keep telling you. It's genetic.
Yeah.
I don't think anything that you could actually resist
I disagree.
comes just out of your head.
See, like Fred,
Yeah.
I trained him to have gay sex. You could teach a guy.
Kelsey Grammer, the guy who's now the star of Frasier, that NBC show, he just recently won a People's Choice Award. And
there's something wrong with that
something
guy.
else. He just proposed to a woman he met 6 months ago.
Yeah, I saw him on the.
He hasn't learned yet.
I saw him on that award show, the comedy award show, and I'm telling you something. I don't know what his story is, but I never saw a guy give a speech like that.
But he was the guy who was married to the stripper, and they were having all kinds of trouble.
Yeah.
He still doesn't know that you're supposed to get to know a woman for a while before you marry her.
Wants to be married.
He met this woman within the last 6 months, and now he's already proposed to her. Ike Turner's also getting married to that woman he came in here with.
The white woman?
Yeah.
Oh, boy,
she's
piece
already
of ass.
using his last name, but now they're going to make it official and marry.
Oh, she's hot.
The leading candidate...
Shows you can get a woman. I tell you something, you guys out there who can't get women, there's something wrong with you. Ike Turner, there's a whole movie about him beating his wife. He still got himself a white woman. Go ahead, Robin.
The leading candidate for the presidency of Mexico was assassinated while campaigning yesterday.
I mean, actually run for president of Mexico.
The president of Mexico is pleading for calm in his country.
Mi countrymen, mis avios de pesca la cocina. Yeah, I can do that. Imagine being the president of Mexico. That must be a real thrill.
There was a gas pipeline explosion in Edison, New Jersey. Blew up some buildings around it. They're going to be using dogs to see if they can sniff out survivors.
That's always a fun thing to wake up to.
One person was killed.
That sucks.
Rodney King is going to court to sue Los Angeles, the city of Los Angeles, because he was beaten by policemen.
Amazing.
They expect him to take the stand, maybe even sometime today.
Yeah, I guess he doesn't have to pay anything because he ran around drunk driving at high speeds. That's amazing to me. He's the one who broke the law.
Well, I guess they can deduct that from whatever they pay him.
Yeah, give him $9 million, then deduct $9 million for his crime. Unbelievable. Walking around there like a millionaire. Unbelievable.
The Eagles are regrouping. They went into rehearsals yesterday. It's really true. Glenn Fry, Don Henley, Joe Walsh, and the other guys are all getting back together again.
No wonder we haven't heard from Joe in a while.
No, Joe's going to be a big star again.
Yeah, Joe wants to just mellow out there with the Eagles. Doesn't want to jeopardize anything.
And it looks to me like Janet Jackson found her car. Her car was stolen from her Malibu home.
Yep.
Sounds like they found it with a LoJack device.
Not only that, I had a meeting with I'll give them a little free commercial here. I had a meeting with LoJack yesterday. That's going to be their whole big commercial.
I would hope so.
Janet Jackson had a Jeep.
A Range Rover.
Yeah, $45,000 Range Rover.
And it was stolen, and now they've retrieved it because of this, what they called in the press, an electronic device.
It's available in Jersey. Order now.
Available here in New York, isn't it? Didn't they work out?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it's available in New York. In fact, they're going to do a whole big campaign in June or July around it because it's exciting news to have.
I'd still have my Jeep.
You sure would.
Been a LoJack. And LaToya Jackson says she's thinking about going country.
Why not?
And nothing else has worked.
Hey, why not go country? What the hell's wrong with that?
Just unusual for the Jackson family.
It's a departure.
And that's what's happening.
Very good, Robin. Thank you. I also want to thank our guest today, Jackie Mason, who's...
Very good guest.
Yep. Politically Incorrect Show is in previews at the Golden Theater on 45th Street. Opens on April 5th. And you can get tickets. Telecharge 212-239-6200. Also, Jackie, our own Jackie Martling tonight. Big show in Philadelphia at the Funny Bone. Go see him on South Street in Philadelphia for raunchy jokes. And to order a CD, call the old digital 516-922-Y. Next Wednesday, March 30th, he'll be at Chuckles Comedy Club in Mineola on Long Island. Go to try and stump the joke man. Is he still on that satellite?
Yeah, he was talking to San Jose last. Our station in San Jose.
I don't hear him.
Then we got caught up with the president's brother.
Yeah. And what else can I tell you? Where are you appearing? You doing anything?
Yeah, we're going to be at Sidewalkers Cafe tomorrow night on 72nd at Central Park West doing the big crab eating contest.
As you know, 1-800-52-STERN is open for business. We've got a great backstage tape for you. We spoke to Melrose Larry Green. He's on there. And you just get to see all the characters from the show and see what went on backstage.
You got to see the guy who gets to talk to Jackie Mason.
Yeah, you just got to. And there's just a whole bunch of fun. And, the backstage tape is it's pretty wild. See what went on at the party. Also, you get the New Year's event. Plus, you also get the Leroy Neiman poster.
Which I am having framed. I'm very excited about it.
And what's going on with that framing?
Place to mount it in my home. No, I've chosen the frame.
Yeah.
I have now decided that I want to a little edge of gold between the frame and the actual poster.
Well, she's wild.
She's not even kidding.
No, I know she's not.
I do a lot of. I'm paying. Do you know how much this frame is going to cost?
How much is the frame?
I'd say $400.
Oh, you're silly. How dare you say such a thing?
How much?
$800
Are you
so far.
serious?
I'm not done.
What are you doing over there?
You said, may I hang on your wall forever? I might as well spend a lot on the frame since you want to be there forever.
Let me tell you something. Give me $800. I'll frame the stupid picture.
Living proof that Robin needs a husband and kids.
Yeah. I'm her husband. She's hanging a picture of me.
Can we also do a little plug for a friend of the show?
Who?
Edie McClurg's going to be on L.A. Law tonight. She's guest starring.
Oh, good. Yeah, we like Edie.
We'll watch Edie. But this is going to be, you got to come see this frame's going to be beautiful, Howard.
Well, I'll tell you something. You finally found something of me worth framing. In other words, this poster really turned you on.
Yes.
Robin, where will it go? Because I know your apartment.
I'm still looking for the spot. I thought I had a spot yesterday.
I didn't see the poster on the TV news.
It was there. It was on the podium.
Yeah.
And it was there. You could see all your boxes, too.
Yeah, maybe at the big political rally at the Ramada, I'll sign a few of those posters.
Well, you know, like in Citizen Kane, how they had that giant picture of Kane?
Yeah. Right.
It should be that giant Neiman behind you when you accept the nomination.
The original, huh?
Yes.
Well, you don't want to travel with that.
No, not the original. I'm talking about one that's like 50 feet tall.
Oh, blow it up.
Yeah, well, all I know is supplies are going fast, and make sure you get in on this early because we only have a limited amount.
Well, really, I wanted to tell you where I was thinking of putting you.
Yeah.
I was thinking of putting you in the hall so that I could always, walk in the door and look at you, and as I'm walking to my bedroom, I could be looking at you.
And as you notice in this picture, my eyes follow you all around the room.
Robin, would
that wall's not big enough.
Would that be near the bedroom door or near the cat's bathroom door?
That would be near the bedroom door.
Thank you. I prefer to be on that door. 1-800-52-STERN. Order now, $39.95, $4.50 shipping and handling. You must be 18 or older because the backstage tape is pretty wild.
This poster is incredible.
It is incredible. You will love it. Leroy did a good job.
Mm-hmm.
And also, it is brought to you by Infinity Ventures and me. All right, Robin, I'll see you tomorrow.